Indeed. Hello there, Hoske. Hello, Hoske. Yeah, I see you on Twitch. It's good to have you, as always. And Far Cry Lego is here as well. Even better. The more the merrier, as always. Yeah, that's right. We're kind of starting a bit later today as well. Happens, obviously. And that's why, as you can see, I've kind of gotten rid of some of my stuff here, as in the dates and the time that we usually start. You've probably seen that those no longer are here as much, you know. And so, yes, on YouTube, I've created a poll asking people if they're excited for the Deadpool and Wolverine upcoming movie. And there are three options. So you can vote for either very positive, yes, I am very excited, no, I am not excited at all, which is the second option. And the third option is, of course, none other than neutral. So you're kind of maybe on the fence, maybe you don't care about it at all, you have no stake in the film whatsoever, or you're just maybe disinterested. I guess being disinterested would be kind of more in the category of no, you're not excited. But neutral is giving you that sort of, and I guess I don't care would also be in no. So neutral is just, I guess, this wait and see thing, or like, hey, I'm gonna probably watch it, or maybe I'm not gonna watch it, but I don't know how I feel about it right now. And so, people on Twitch, you can let me know if you're excited, or if you're not excited, or if you're neutral about the whole Deadpool and Wolverine situation. I know it's getting so many people, excited for going to the movies, and some people are very much excited for Deadpool and Wolverine. Of course, some of you probably know where I stand on the topic of Deadpool and Wolverine, and I will definitely continue to share my opinion on that sort of situation. Plus, there's been a new reveal about Tooth in the movie, so we will also take a look at that. And yeah, that's and also, of course, Acolyte. Where can you go wrong with the Acolyte? When I was coming up with the topics for this stream, I didn't want to do the Acolyte at first because I figured, okay, well, we've done one episode. Is she getting stabbed by this guy? I think she is. Wait, what happened to our weapons? Oh gosh, did you guys see they were not there for a second? Hold on, break up the fight. Oh, meanie. Amigo, yes. Let it go. Dang.
Happy now? You low, brother. Huh? You like her? You can have her. Yeah, she's pretty clean and pretty dirty also, huh? She's yours for 200 American dollars.
How about one bullet?
No, Eva, I'm just a cowherd who can no longer afford the cattle.
The guy is a lot to take in, isn't he?
Cowboy?
Holy Mother, save me from this man.
Come on, $200, mate.
I mean, what should we do? Should we kill him? Should we? I guess we can pay him 200, or we can just shoot him. What do you guys think? What should we do? I'm gonna leave this one up to you. Should I shoot him? Or should I just actually pay him $200? $200 to free this poor prostitute. Or a bullet to the head to this guy. And then there's a third option. A bullet to the head to the both of them, really. I can really kill both of them if I wanted to. So that's also an option. So I'm going to let you guys choose. And Hoske is on Twitch is saying something. I wish you could see half of the crap I see on Twitter. I get a headache, boy. Comic book related stuff on Twitter is exhausting. You can always send me links. I will gladly take a look at them during the stream. It's going to be even more hilarious. We could react to tweets. Of course, they're now called X's, but by all means, you can send them to me ahead of time. And I don't know, maybe even during the stream. I don't know. I mean, I obviously prefer ahead of time, but if you would want to do it during the stream, maybe I'll take a look at them as well. I went to YouTube to vote. Nice. It doesn't feel like a real movie. And I had a good one too. Hosuke probably referring to the tweet. Here's the thing: you can always, if you're like going through the feed on Twitter or on X, you can always just retweet the thing, and it's or can you bookmark tweets? I don't remember, but if anything, you can always retweet them, and you can just always come back to your page, and they'll be at the top of your page, and then after a while, unless you have like your friends and followers following you, then maybe it's not a good idea to retweet some of these people. Far Cry Lego, I sent you a DM on a vid you could watch. Oh yeah, sure, why not? I mean, we'll see how we're doing on time, of course, but I'm always open to. And yeah, let me know. By the way, you guys can really let me know what I should do here, or do you just leave this up to me? I tried gaming on a new Windows ARM laptop. Interesting, that is going to be a funny one. When a hero gets nerfed by the plot. Another comedy skit. That might be a good one to watch. Alright, so what do you guys want me to do? Kill him? Pay him? Or kill both of them? You guys can let me know. And so we have an I don't know if it's a oh dang, Twitch kind of attacked your message, so I'm gonna allow it. Hosuke, I don't like killing women, shoot the effer. So of course, no problem. In that case, let's shoot the guy and let's see what happens. Do I have 0 bullets or something? Ava in peril, quest failed. What does that mean? How did I fail it? If I just saved her. You welcome, lady. What? I just saved her and the game called that a fail? Ooh, look at his body. Just totally destroyed. So yes. I'll have an entire segment. And this lady isn't even gonna thank me. What in the crap is this? I was going to shoot her for not even thanking me or anything. Whatever, let's just leave her alone then. I was going to get my vengeance on her by just shooting her in the head too. But I guess we just have to be the better person. And we gotta get all the way to the other side, so it's going to give us a lot of time to think about everything we gotta say today. And yes, I have seen the new Horizon film, Horizon: An American Saga, Chapter 1, directed by Kevin Costner. So that is also going to be something I would probably want to touch on myself. Moodcap is here. I was on a road trip and let this playlist go on for a while. High Top Films is one of the worst things you can watch while driving in the middle of the night. Oh yeah, I mean, just listening to High Tops could probably get you killed, let alone driving. I mean, that's some serious. And how irresponsible of you, sir? How irresponsible of you to be watching High Tops films and listening to him while driving too. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm probably going to save. How many of you have seen the Horizon film? I know that it's not like perhaps performing that well in the theaters, but it is a Western. We are playing a Western. I want to kind of talk about it eventually, right? And it's a shame that it's not performing that well. But I think we can kind of start with the whole Deadpool and Wolverine situation here, and we'll see how what you guys think on the whole thing, on the whole matter. So yeah, let's pull up this video here.
I'm about to lose everything that I've ever cared about, and I have.
So I'm going to provide you with, for me, personal reasons as to why I am, of course, not looking forward to this film. And I guess the first one, the big reason is obviously because of the MCU itself. The MCU, as many have dubbed it, for a good reason. I mean, you'll kind of see it in this trailer too, but the entire films reason number 1, Phase 4, and Phase 5 have been awful. I think the MCU has really gone down in quality ever since the first Avengers. Yeah, I'll say it. I think the first phase was great, good to great, right? And then you had Phase 2, which was very shaky if you kind of think about it. And then Phase 3, which had its high moments, like great films, and then some awful ones. I think you wouldn't have Phase 4 and Phase 5 without the stuff that you saw in Phase 3 with movies like Captain Marvel and Black Panther. Those are huge movies that really kind of define the direction of Phase 4 and Phase 5. So that's what Phase 3 brought forward, and then also Avengers Endgame was just, it was a nice send-off to some characters, but the movie itself was a mess. And ever since that movie came out, it's just been downhill for these movies. So, like, extremely downhill. And so that's the number 1 reason. Let's watch this clip, because Sabretooth, of course, has been announced. He's going to be in this movie. And you know what? Let's maybe pause this game for now, right? And let's focus on this discussion, because I think it's interesting to talk about it and just give it my full attention. So, yeah. So this is the trailer that came out. Not a trailer, it's kind of like a teaser or like a clip, whatever it is. It's got new footage with the Sabretooth that everyone is talking about, or at least some people are.
No idea how to save it, but you do.
Trust me, kid, I'm no hero.
Okay, so obviously this is a different universe, Logan. So reason number 2, they're bringing back Wolverine, and you can kind of share that with nostalgia bait, which is kind of like, again, Spider-Man No Way Home, nostalgia bait. If there's anything we can learn from these films, is that they have used nostalgia, and Hollywood has used nostalgia to basically put out mediocre to awful films, such as No Way Home, which was just a disaster of a film. But because people had such a attachment to these characters, like Wolverine, like Tobey Maguire, like Andrew Garfield, that made a lot of people just totally forget, and all the villains, mind yourself, that appeared in that film, made people totally forget about the actual plot that the film had. And I think Martin Scorsese's comments about movies becoming, specifically superhero movies becoming amusement park rides, I think that comment has aged incredibly well, and I think we should all apologize to Martin Scorsese for ever doubting him. Even though I'm not a fan of most of his movies, I do think that he had a point there. And yeah, people just don't care about the story. They just want to see these characters on screen, regardless of whether it makes sense or it doesn't. And of course, their excuse for this movie is that he's from a different universe. And that's going to be reason number 3, the multiverse. But going back to reason number 2 with nostalgia bait and bringing back Wolverine, is that, yes, I know that it's from a different universe and that you killed Wolverine in that one and he's still dead, but even just bringing back a variant of him is still just kind of like, okay, well, you're not really committing to the bit, are you? It was supposed to be your last one. You can say that the story was, for him it was the end, but it was also the end for Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. And I guess people want to see him return and interact with all these other characters. That's fine. That's why it's reason number 2. And it's one of other things that, it's not the reason as to why I think this movie is going to suck. But multiverse, which is reason number 3, is the main reason, because it does play into reason number 2, which is that, you're creating a variant and multiverse stories. You guys know my stances on the multiverses in general. They're just awful. They are a specifically the idea of parallel universes. They're offensive to what it even, like, inconsistent with reality. And I know we're talking about sci-fi superheroes here, but at least those are supposed to represent something good and worthy about our world. Whereas multiverses, the concept itself suggests that there is no God in a universe because there is multiple versions of you. Yes, you, Hosuke and Woodcap in the Far Cry Lego. There's just multiple versions of you, and God just created these backups in just in case he wanted to kind of he lost faith in you or something. It just goes against like this fundamental idea of it just breaks um too many real like it goes against just what is true about our world, but then it goes a step further in that its multiverses have also incentivized lazy storytelling, which is also something that Nostalgia Bait has done, which is why those two reasons are interconnected. Because if you can just create all these different multiverse variants of your characters, it really tells us that you can find excuses to do whatever you want to do. And I'm trying to think of an example. There was this one example, and I think it's Loki. They created a variant of a Loki, and that was the main character we were following throughout the series. And they wanted you to have that emotional attachment that you had with Loki, but they couldn't do that. So they said, hey, this variant, he looks like Loki, he talks like Loki, therefore he's the same. Even though he's different, we want to not, we want to still stay within the plot outlines of what happened in Endgame. He died in Endgame, so of course we got to bring him back. We can't bring him back here. So they try to kind of like have their cake and eat it, where it's like it's a different Loki, therefore it doesn't break the plot. But at the same time, it's the same Loki because because he shared the same history, even though he did not have a lot of the history after the first Avengers film, and like taking him out of like Avengers 1 is already like a different Loki than the Loki we had. So again, it's like just a total mess, and so dishonest of these filmmakers to do something to you, and they just want you to be stupid and not question this, and a lot of people aren't. That's their approach. And I think if you're excited about Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine, he's coming back as a different version of Wolverine. But people still don't care. People are still excited for his return to interact with these characters, even though again, he is going to be playing a different version of him. And you can try to make him similar to the one that you have and say, hey, he's pretty much the same, even though he's clearly not, even though they're clearly trying to make him like a deconstructed, jaded version, because we've got so many of those in movies, and because that has worked so well in Star Wars and in Indiana Jones, having these iconic superheroes, John Connor, Terminator, and like the list goes on. You have all these jaded superheroes and heroes in the cinema just coming back and getting destroyed. So I guess that's reason number 4, deconstruction, because that always finds a way nowadays in superhero media and media in general. So yeah, that's that. But also like coming back to like the multiverse, because he's been changed here to a version of Wolverine that's not like in the movies that we've had before. But hypothetically speaking, that did not have to be the case. They could have made him the exact same version, but he's just a different Logan, right? That could have been an excuse, and that can be because some people might say, well, multiverses can work in these other scenarios. Maybe this movie did it wrong, but consider all these other possibilities that could make it work. Okay, so fine, let's take that approach. Let's say, indeed, what if this was a Wolverine that was exactly the same one, but supposedly from a different universe? Let's say this was Logan taken out from Days of Future Past, the end of that film, right? And I think most people would be like fine with that version to represent Wolverine. Sure, let's do that. And then what? You are still cheapening and diluting your characters. You are still just doing whatever you want with them. And multiverses are just that. They have no real rules. It's worse than magic. Sometimes magic gets a bad rap in media because it's inconsistent. Well, it's more than just inconsistent here. It's just a total mess without any rules whatsoever, and it's like magic in that sense. But at the same time, it's worse because then it has these underpinning, underlying implications that there's just multiple versions of us, and it goes against not just my beliefs, but just it's really a nihilistic implication if you think about it. Anyway, so yes, that's like we've gotten to 4 reasons already why just this movie is already a bad, just in a very bad spot. So let's get to your comments. And oh goodness, Moodcap, going back to, since he's referencing High Top films, Moodcap says that he watched his Suicide Squad video too. Speaking of Deadpool, you guys know what we should do? We should just go on a High Top films binge. Just watch some of his worst videos, and I would love to do. And I already know one of them is just going to be top tier amazing, which is the Falcon and the Winter Soldier video. So I think we should definitely watch that one on stream, and I think we should also watch some of his other ones. I think it'd be hilarious to watch some of his videos, and then you guys could probably even suggest any of the ones that you've watched and you think those are the worst ones. I think it'd be hilarious to just kind of dig deep into this guy's process, or like brain processing powers, or like I was gonna say something like blast processing for whatever reason, because I was thinking of Sega, but just how his brain functions, I guess. Speaking of Deadpool, says Sparkry Lego, I'm gonna send you a vid on him. Okay, but Cap, Deadpool is also a pretty overrated character. I agree. I guess that could be like a bonus reason I'm not a fan of Deadpool. I think I find him to be extremely overplayed. I guess maybe there was a time and a place for him in the 2000s where he really got maybe some good writers on him. I heard his Deadpool and Cable series was pretty fun. But in general, I think he's just overplayed and he's not really funny. I think not a lot of his comic books actually make you laugh. I think most of them don't. But at the same time, I'm not a Deadpool mega super nerd like Far Cry Lego is, so maybe he's got a title on him that he can recommend for us. Far Cry Lego, I think you can thank the film and I think you can thank the film and his game for him becoming mainstream. Yeah, I guess, but I think Deadpool was always positioned in a place where he was always going to get a movie. If all these characters, you can really say that about every single character. Oh, this character got a movie, Ant-Man got a movie, Doctor Strange got a movie. All these characters became mainstream, quote unquote, because they got a movie. And I think if they got a movie, then of course Deadpool would kind of follow suit, especially after that leak, which came from Ryan Reynolds himself. Fun fact, there was a leak at Comic-Con, test footage of the Deadpool movie, and that's how basically Deadpool, the film, got greenlit. In 2014, I believe, some footage leaked of the Deadpool. Like, it was like a test footage film. And yeah, that leaked during Comic-Con, even though they did not show it during Comic-Con, but it leaked specifically, I think purposefully during Comic-Con to really just explode, and people were just so floored and impressed by it that it eventually got the green light. The game did him dirty. Yeah, like the teleportation powers in his game were kind of weird. Moodcap, yeah, the game is just really obnoxious. It's what made me avoid his books. I think his books are pretty much the same. At least the ones like from 2010s onward till now, till present day. Moodcap also says using the yellowy Wolverine suit kind of reminds me of the time the Flash show used the golden boots as a reason to watch the rest of the show. True, and that did not improve the quality of the show itself. Moodcap continues, the multiverse just kills all stakes. There's a robot chicken sketch that pokes fun at it by having a version of Green Arrow and his own funeral. It's beyond parody. That sounds hilarious, and I think I'd want to watch it. And I might have to just prepare it for the next stream because I don't know if we'd be able to find it now. I'm glad I dropped Ben 10 before it dived headfirst into that trash. Oh yeah, Ben 10 really just fell off with Omniverse. And I think over time I realize now that even Alien Force and Ultimate Alien, they were kind of unnecessary. They should have just jumped straight to Ben 10,000, Ben 10,000, which we still never got till this day. Isn't that crazy? So they never gave us what we wanted. Instead, we got these like, oh, Ben 10 as a teenager. And that's what we ended up getting. Okay. With this worst level of, like, the quality of the animation dropped significantly from the original series. But nothing compares to, well, there's also the reboots, but without the reboots, because we're going to pretend for a second that that did not exist. Omniverse was really just an awful show, and I know there's a lot of defenders saying, actually, it's good. No, it's you being pretentious, telling yourself that it's good because you think you've got something to offer, and because as a fan, or like not something to offer, but something to say, you're trying to be different, you're trying to be cool, you're trying to be like this smart critic or whatever, pretentious critic, and then you're just grasping at straws trying to say how actually this stuff was pretty good. No, it was actually pretty bad. Every episode was disposable. You had, instead of seasons, you had story arcs. The whole thing was just all over the place, and it introduced a lot of universe breaking storylines. Alien X just totally made no sense at all at that point, and just so many awful episodes. The comedy, the tone, the animation. That's the thing. People say it's actually good. It's because they always accuse you of hating on Omniverse because of the animation. No, I've watched the entire series. It's just, all of it is awful. Maybe there's like 1-2 episodes where I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, or haha, that's cute, and then that's it. Don't get me started on the Omniverse. Far Cry Lego says, I watched up to Alien Force, not seen Ultimate Alien or Omniverse. You know what? As long as you watch the original one, that's the main one. That's the OG. You don't really have to watch the other ones. Even though I do think Alien Force and especially Ultimate Alien, had a lot of good things about it too. But again, it's kind of like, I guess it's not as good as I thought it was. And with Alien Force, even back then when I watched it at first, I'm like, okay, there's something missing here. And they kept changing the lore. That was like a major red flag at first. The major red flag that I saw right away. Let's see. Good choice because, wait. Oh yeah, Moodcap says, good choice because it just diminishes with each new thing. True. The Suicide Squad and Spider-Man PS4 ones are the worst ones. What are you referring to in terms of the Suicide Squad and Spider-Man PS4 ones are the worst ones? I'm not sure. You can clarify, Moodcap. That'd be great if you could. Far Cry Lego, read from 90s to 2016. No, like 2010s, everything after that, like what was his name? Was it like Jerry? I forget who wrote Deadpool in like the 2010s, 2013, all different stuff. Just awful stuff. Extremely not funny. Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, or Deadpool versus the Marvel Universe, I think. Both of those storylines were awful. I do not recommend them at all. Again, another case of multiverse stories. Maybe like from, you say, like 90s to 2016, I would maybe say, okay, maybe like the 90s and 2000s, maybe there was something there. But anything in the 2010s, maybe like, okay, 2012 and after, 2011 and after, which is pretty much just 2010s and after. Uh, Anything after that point is just nope. Oh, Moodcap says High Top's videos on the Suicide Squad and Spider-Man PS4 were have to be watched. Do you mean the first Spider-Man PS4 or the second Spider-Man? Well, yeah, I guess you say PS4, so it's the first one. Interesting. I remember watching his review of the first Spider-Man PS4 game, and I don't remember it being that bad. So maybe I need to rewatch it. Far Cry Lego, since it gives him a good character arc. It gives him a good character arc, and those spin-offs are not part of the main character. But I think the best era is from the 90s to late 2000s. And Moodcap, I remember when Spider-Man PS4 was coming out, and everyone I knew said it was a 10 out of 10, but I didn't get it. And then I watched the video, and you were probably still not impressed. Understandable. And I think I even liked Spider-Man PS4 when it came out, but it was not a 10 out of 10 for me at all. I thought it was like an 8 out of 10 when I played it at first. Now I realize it's closer to like a 7 or a 6, maybe even 5. I'm willing to say like 6 or 7. But the sequel, man, that was just awful. Such a drop, like even for me was a major dropping point. Anyway, let's get back to the trailer, because we gotta get to Sabretooth.
This Wolverine.
Leave Striver, I think his name was. Even that version of Sabretooth was kind of like, that was okay. He was a great actor, a great villain, but he definitely did not look the part.
God.
Okay, so that's reason number 5. I think the comedy in this is just going to be mostly this. The only thing we've actually heard Wolverine say in these trailers is just the F-bomb. That's all we hear him say. And it's always, is that what we're supposed to be laughing at? Wolverine just swearing? That's his whole shtick throughout the movie. I guess I get that he has to be like the straight guy, or like the one who is grumpy, and then Wolverine is the crazy one. But if he's just, if his whole joke is that he's just throwing F-bombs all around the place, it's going to get stale. And so far, it's really gotten stale. I was going to say stale. And Wolverine, you are just a much more interesting character than just F-bombs and bickering all the time, complaining, being angry all the time. Although that's a huge part of the character, but it is not the essence of who he is. And I think the comedy in this movie is just going to get very much stale. It's going to be the same thing back and forth. And even then, I gotta say, I was not the biggest fan of Deadpool humor in the 2 films, which were mostly sex jokes and some references to pop culture, right? Which is, I get it, that that's the whole appeal of Deadpool. He's breaking the fourth wall, but the fourth wall from like the older comic books that you guys probably do like, those were pretty much, they did break the fourth wall, but they were not the main attraction. Anyway, they get into a fight.
Okay, good luck. I'm a huge fan.
And I guess that's cool. I mean, the action might be good in this, so okay, whatever. But yeah, so far, I am not impressed by this. And what are you guys saying now? Woodcap, being nice, I'd give the game a 6. I give the first one a solid 5.5 out of 6. It is meh. Oh, not 5.5 out of 6. You're saying 5.5 or 6 out of 10. I see you. Has been hotel writing. Ooh, that's a spicy take. Would I say the first Insomniac Spider-Man game has the writing of Has Been Hotel? I would not agree with you. Although I haven't watched Has Been Hotel. Maybe that's something we should watch on stream. since the show was a that would be torture for you guys, but I think it'd be hilarious too because we'd see what all the fuss is about. Since Has Been Hotel, of course, is a TV show that was originally a pilot on YouTube, and it took off. It had so many views that they decided to make it into a TV show, and I already see Far Go screaming, "No, don't make me watch that war crime." I'm gonna think about it. No, don't do it, bro. I'm gonna think about it because I don't want to like watch something that you guys wouldn't want to watch. But at the same time, think about this. We're here to like tear into this stuff, and we're supposed to use this stuff. I enjoy watching stuff and using it to like extrapolate where it kind of stands or where it lies on the scale of our our current cultural climate. I love that sort of stuff, and you learn so much, about like your opposition or like what they think, what goes through their heads when they're creating this stuff. And I think there's like so much interesting subject matter that could be said about Has Been Hotel that I think it would be a missed opportunity if we did not if we did not even look at it. I think it would be. If you make that crap, then you have to watch Rag as well. What is Rag? Wait, am I reading that right? What is Rag, Far Cry Lego? Because you say if you make us watch that crap, you gotta make us watch Rag. I don't know what Rag is. Moodcap says, I was forced to sit through the whole first season at a house party. What kind of house party makes you watch Has Been Hotel? I figured there's like multiple episodes in season 1, which means you guys probably did nothing at the party but watch Has Been Hotel. In that case, it's not really a party if you're just watching stuff. It just doesn't work like that. Unless, there's a party and then they're just playing the show in the background. That's I guess then that's a party, but then nobody would be forcing you to watch it. So in that case, you'd kind of expose yourself there. Far Cry Lego says, Rent a Girlfriend is Rag. I am still confused and I still don't know what you're on about. So you can let me know again, this time maybe be more precise, or I'm just like totally confused. Maybe I'm just totally ignorant to this Rag stuff. But there's more to this trailer, I guess. I mean, somebody compiled some other stuff to this, and I figured, okay, let's watch it. There's more footage.
I've always wanted to ride with you, Logan.
So that car ride is definitely some product placement right there.
Deadpool and a Wolverine. Can you imagine the fun? The chaos?
You mind putting your mask back on?
Super hard to eat while I'm wearing it.
Disney, do not take the stream down. This is not me asking, this is me ordering you.
Super hard to eat when you're not.
I'm about to lose everything that I've ever cared about.
Sure.
Our entire
So that was female Deadpool and Dogpool that you saw.
world.
And a bonus reason Taylor Swift will be in this movie. No, just kidding. I'm not a Taylor Swift hater. Far from it. But I understand why so many people despise her.
You. Huh. Paul Rudd finally aged.
Okay, again, the jokes, the references, just not funny. He just kind of finds... I noticed that Ryan Reynolds just finds like, oh, what does the internet think will be the funniest thing that I will say. So last time, like, in his main films, it was making fun of his Green Lantern film. And that never made me chuckle because I thought, well, at least those movies were trying to do something and they were actually... I found them to be somewhat entertaining, but I guess, there's also, I probably watch it back now and I probably hate them too. But still, I think it's just stupid to make fun of your film from the past that, you know, that you wanted to make, and a movie that where you got to meet your now wife. He met Blake Lively on that set, and now you're hating it just because it's like popular to do. And even then, people forgot about Green Lantern, yet he made fun of it just because he figured, okay, well, that's what the internet would probably laugh at. So it's a lot of that referential humor that is just gimmicks, or like these low-hanging fruits that are very safe. And I think there's going to be a lot more of these now that we are in the MCU. And like, oh, Paul Rudd has aged. That's something that you would see on some stupid comment section on YouTube under a interview video from Wired or something.
Shut up. Oh my god.
Okay, so that was the main villain, Cassandra Nova.
Huh. Paul Rudd finally aged. Shut
So
up.
more
Oh my
MCU. There she is. No one wanted this villain, but whatever. Nobody even knew who she was, really.
Us? A team? The answer is yes. Shake on it. Ah, you nicked it. Just got the tip with your little steak knife.
And just pure references. That's what you can kind of expect from these films. Alright. Rated R. Alright. And Rag/rent a girlfriend. I actually don't know what that is, so if you could explain it to me, you have to watch it. It is one of the worst things I ever read or seen. Is that an anime? It is, isn't it? Oh. If that's the case, then we're screwed. Is it like one of those hentais? Like, because I'm not watching hentai.
If you were in Star Wars, would you be on the light or the dark?
Okay, so here we have a wonderful interview with the Acolyte. I guess we can kind of move into the Acolyte territory now. Far Cry Lego says no, it's not. Okay, well, you can tell me what it is then. Okay, in that case,
Erotic doc.
episode 5 came out. It is not hentai. Okay, good. In that case, we can, yeah. We can get to the other location. And episode 5 of The Acolyte came out. Again, nothing to really talk about. So I figured, okay, I guess Acolyte episode 5 it is. So yes, let's kind of do like an intro to the episode through Nerdrotic, who I just always love listening to. I don't know if you've seen this video. Maybe some of you have, since we probably watched some of the same people. Hoske says people were saying the CGI was bad in this. I don't know which scenes were bad. I thought that they all looked pretty solid. Maybe you're talking about Green Lantern, but I think you're talking about Deadpool and Wolverine. In that case, I would say, they look pretty much, okay here. Surprisingly, since as of late, the Marvel movies have been severely lacking in terms of the VFX department.
You know, I could spend the first 2/3 of this video going over the discourse that is surrounding the PR nightmare that is the Acolyte, and then inexplicably distance myself from it, something I wouldn't do. And although there'll be time to do that in the future, we're not going to do it this time. No, we're going to do the worst thing you could possibly do to this show. Describe what happens in it. So let's see what Leslie Headland has in store for George Lucas's lore as she marches it up to Harvey's private suite in the Four Seasons.
The Acolyte.
Previously on the Acolyte.
An acolyte kills without a weapon.
This is awful in every way.
Forgive me.
Where is their father?
They have no father.
That's impossible.
They're lesbians. Oh no. Pronouns. I always forget about those, but yes, they were referred to with pronouns. They were referred to. They asked about the person's pronouns. Steven is here. What's up, homies? He says. I called the Acolyte. I called the Acolyte, except the ass is flat. The ACOLYTE. Oh, he calls it the ACOLYTE. Nice. Or the ACOLYTE. I prefer ACOLYTE. No, actually ACOLYTE sounds better. Right. Victoria Alonso pretty much pissed off all the VFX artists. Says Moodcap. She did, but I guess this movie has been actually not really. I guess Deadpool and Wolverine was one of those movies that's been fast-tracked, really. It's also the only Marvel movie coming out this year because Marvel is in shambles and they're deciding to fix something, but they won't be able to fix it. They'll just minimize the damage right now. But the damage has already been done to the brand, and they're still going to be making the exact same mistakes that you see them making, which is more MCU content, unfortunately. We told them not to do it, and yet they'll still do it with the female Silver Surfer, and we'll have the Fantastic Four. They'll be attending the Comic-Con during Hall H. So we'll have that to look forward to. If things get any worse, Star Wars might join the MCU. Oh, yeah, a crossover. I can see that. No, I actually don't see that happening. I think that'd be just even too crazy for them.
Actual fuck did you just say to me right now?
Man, I'm dead.
Osha being alive changes everything. I'll turn myself over to the Jedi.
He'll kill you.
So there's Milo Ren.
After some much-needed pronouns in space, our room-temperature IQ Jedi are meandering around planet Gobbledygook in a race against diverse non-binary antagonists and Asian Ezra Miller to pack in a filler episode and to find the Jedi Wookiee Kelnaka. Diverse non-binary antagonist decides she's not an antagonist anymore. Kelnaka, the Jedi Wookiee, gets killed off screen, and it all culminates in a force push. This brings us to the second half of what was obviously one episode cut in half within a series with enough story to fill maybe an after-school special.
What the flip is going on here? You guys have to see this. I gotta make this bigger screen. You guys gotta see this. It's insane. Look at this. What's wrong with this woman? What the... Whoa. What is she doing? What is wrong with her? She's demented. No, no, no. Please let me go. I'm just joking. Let me go, please. Stop fighting me. That's not what I wanted to do. Gee. What happened to her? What the flip is going on? That guy wants to fight, but clearly we're not interested. Wasn't that crazy? She was like tweaking crazy. This guy clearly wants to fight. Let's give it to him. Stupid guy. Stay down. Okay. I'm getting on the horse. What the heck? He just teleported up. Anyway, let's get back to the video. Wasn't that crazy, guys? Can anyone explain what happened? Recap. What's worse is that the shills keep asking for a Star Wars version of What If. Didn't they already get that with Visions? I guess not. I guess not.
Milo Ren, diverse non-binary protagonist, wakes up halfway through what we are told is the best lightsaber duel since the Phantom Menace. Well, I can't honestly say yes or no because most of that must have happened behind the trees on the repurposed set from the Jungle Cruise. May and the audience are able to peer through a couple of trees and witness Milo Ren dispatch 3 Jedi with ease. And then based on what happened to the Jedi Wookiee Kelnaka, mortally wound Shillmonger. Smilo Ren then turns around and sets his sights on diverse non-binary protagonist and tries to kill her. Hold up.
So what are we supposed to do in this game? Okay, take a look at my dice. Hold on. Look at my dice. What is this? Okay, 3, 4, 5, 9. So it's 12. It's like 17, I guess. Can I do 17? It's only 15. Okay, let's see what happens.
Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Why does Smilo Ren want to kill her now when he had a great opportunity to do it 5 minutes ago in this scene? But not to worry after Smilo Ren throws his lightsaber that cuts some trees that had the good sense to wait to fall dramatically. Diverse non-binary protagonist is saved by Deus Ex Manchurian.
Well, isn't that convenient for you?
Now, where the hell was Master Soul when his fellow Jedi were getting shish kebabbed? Don't know. Diverse female protagonist is sent off with Shillmonger to go back to the ship until she comes up with a better idea than the Jedi to deal with Smilo Ren later on in the script. And then we overused Wipe to diverse non-binary antagonist who doesn't want to be an antagonist anymore. After she steals Kelnaka, the Jedi Wookiee's lightsaber, she's confronted by X-23. And then diverse non-binary antagonist who doesn't want to be an antagonist anymore tries to kill X-23 for wanting to arrest her.
You're under arrest for the murder of Master Indara, the murder of...
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Wasn't it?
I just want to say that this X-23 type character, she is supposedly in love with one of these, with Amandla Stanberg's characters. One of them. That's supposedly what I've heard from the actress herself, Daphne Keane. So there's also that aspect here to kind of keep in mind.
Last episode, that diverse non-binary antagonist, right when she decided she didn't want to be an antagonist, says she wants to turn herself in.
Osha being alive changes everything. I'll turn myself over to the Jedi.
Make up your mind.
And there's a lot of fighting in this episode. Master Soul and Smilo Ren take a couple of hacks, speak a couple of lines.
What master hides his face from his pupil?
What?
Then it cuts away to X-23 fighting diverse non-binary antagonist who didn't want to be an antagonist, but now she's an antagonist again. We also find out Smilo Ren has a helmet made out of a metal ripped off from the EU that also works like Magneto's.
Show your face.
And let you read my thoughts.
And after dispatching almost a dozen Jedi with ease, Smilo Ren leaves Soul when he has him dead to rights. He goes off to fight X-23 right after she subdues diverse non-binary antagonist.
So it's just fighting, okay.
Antagonist again. And wouldn't you know, after Smilo Ren easily dispatched almost a dozen Jedi, he has a tough time with the strong female Padawan. And we've arrived at the point in the script where diverse non-binary protagonist has come up with a better idea than the Jedi to take out Smilo Ren by using the bugs that are attracted to light. And yes, I can hear you now, dear viewer. Wasn't there a bunch of lightsaber dueling in the forest? Yes, it's only the type of light the script calls for. Speaking of lightsaber duels, we get one between X-23, the guy from Squid Game, and Smilo Ren, and Screen Rant reported before the episode aired that we'd be getting the best lightsaber duel since The Phantom Menace. After the episode aired, Screen Rant reported we got the best lightsaber duel since Revenge of the Sith, when in reality we got the best lightsaber duel since the last lightsaber duel. Then something shocking happens. Strong female Padawan gets killed by Smilo Ren. How do I know? Well, she doesn't just get a shot in the gut, she gets shanked 3 times. To be fair,
yeah, I have so many doubts about how many of these characters are actually going to stay alive, considering the fact that we've seen Obi-Wan Kenobi do this so many times where they just kill off characters and then they end up, it turns out that they survived. They survive a lightsaber to the chest, or through the chest, I should say. Can I make this lower? I want to make it lower. I guess I can't. Yeah, that helmet is dumb, I guess. It looks like I think it's called Smilo Ren by some people for a reason. And yes, I'm calling out the bluff. I think you can just call out the bluff and it's going to turn out that it's spot on. Yes, we got him. What? Oh, that's stupid. I couldn't go any lower. I wanted 1. But yeah, that's pretty stupid. And the mask, of course. Let's see. Should we enter? Can I not enter? There we go. Now we can do 1. Let's declare it spot on for once. Alright, Steven. Nah, Visions was just a bunch of concepts. What if for Star Wars would be like, what if like Luke killed Vader? What if Anakin kills Palpatine and never becomes Vader? Wow, that helmet is dumb. The design is okay, but no mind reading reason is dumb. Oh, I see what you mean. What else was I gonna say about the Acolyte? I guess I forgot. Oh yeah, like female Padawans. Like there's just too many of them. Again, too much female energy in this show, and it's just unlikely for there to be more female Padawans than male ones in any sort of universe, even if it's fictional or in a time before. It's just not gonna happen. There's always going to be more men in anything if you're going to be inspired by samurai or by cowboys, since we're playing them. And of course there's going to be more male heroes, more male Jedi who are following the code.
So far, this was not the worst episode of The Acolyte, largely due to the fact that there was very little dialogue. That's about to change. Let's get stupid.
I can't go lower than 4. That's not good. I don't understand why they would do this to us. Declare bid spot on. I'm not gonna even take part in this.
Milo Ren throws his cloak to distract the guy from Squid Game.
Oi, Gary! I used that clip in my review. Yup.
Then Smilo Ren takes.
I have 1 dice left. I'm leaving
Jedi
this.
hostage. Now let's not get bogged down with the details like Smilo Ren not having his helmet on, and Master Soul could probably get in his head. And considering Smilo Ren and diverse non-binary female antagonists are responsible for the death of dozens of Jedis, I
Played this
consider
one
a
already.
win-win. But no, Master Soul tosses his lightsaber.
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
And this buys us time for some lore-shattering monologuing. Remember this guy from the prequels?
Impossible. The Sith have been extinct for a millennium.
Well, it turns out the Sith haven't been extinct for a millennium.
What are you?
I have no name.
Wait a minute, is this just footage of Ezra Miller in Hawaii?
But a Jedi like you might call me Sith.
It looks like poor Wikipedia is going to have to rush out and change the lore for Ki-Adi-Mundi again by stating he's not only a Jedi Knight, he's also the galaxy's biggest asshole. And for the nuance of verse, it's not about whether or not the Sith existed, it's about whether or not the Jedi were aware of them. And we round out our bad writing with a title reference.
I want a pupil. An acolyte.
What, we some kind of...
Acolyte.
It's not like George Lucas's Shakespeare or anything, but can you imagine any of this going on in his Star Wars? Qui-Gon Jinn sitting there going, there's something going on behind the scenes, some sort of
Phantom Menace.
And after all this, we find out what Smilo really wants, to be his true, authentic self.
I mean, it's the name that they created for this show,
My power. The way
so it's not like unfounded for them to say it, since it's like just one name, and there is only one Acolyte.
I like. Without having to answer to Jedi like you.
And then there's some good news.
That acting, that performance is very wooden and shallow. Oh no, we came during the nighttime for this. That's not good.
Shieldmonger walked off his mortal wound only to get his neck snapped. And now all the Jedi from this mission are dead except for Sol. I guess we know what Order 65 was. And this is where things get really dumb, right? When Sol is about to kill Smilo, diverse non-binary protagonist stops him to keep Master Soul from breaking the Jedi rules. This is the point in the script where diverse non-binary protagonist
Crap.
has a light bright
I mixed up. I wanted to go here instead of here. Oh well, we already paid.
enough to attract the bugs to take Smilo Ren away to appear in another episode. Now, after stunning that guy from Squid Game, we get the big reunion between diverse non-binary antagonist and diverse non-binary protagonist. Now, you think we'd get some sort of apology from diverse non-binary antagonist for trying to kill diverse non-binary protagonist. But no, we just get the Jedi suck and it's hard to argue with in this show. And diverse non-binary female antagonist refuses to be arrested again by her sister, even though she was perfectly willing to do it last episode. And diverse non-binary protagonist ends up getting knocked out by her sister, who strips her naked, puts on her clothes, and steals her identity, but not after giving herself a lightsaber haircut.
This part is ridiculous. I guess somebody posted about this online saying, oh, this is what Star Wars has been reduced to. This is what lightsabers have been reduced to, just getting a haircut. And I guess they're not wrong, although they did fight a lot in this episode, supposedly. I mean, we've seen it, but no. Compared to the Star Wars lightsaber duels we've gotten, it is a far cry.
The Acolyte is. No, it's not Frozen meets Kill Bill. It's the Parent Trap, or the Jedi Trap. Diverse non-binary antagonist posing as diverse non-binary protagonist then meets up with Jedi Master Soul, whose ability to look into someone's mind must not be working that day, along with not being able to smell burning hair or spot the spiral on May's forehead that Osha doesn't have. And I have to agree with my favorite editor, Perry Chan, when he said, best episode so far, 1 out of 10. And this is why the Acolyte sucks. Over a dozen Jedi die, and I don't care. It's poorly produced, it's poorly directed, it's poorly edited. Hell, I bet the catering sucks. And most importantly, it's poorly written without any engagement.
The fact that there are so many weak Jedi just baffles me. This is supposed to be the Jedi at their best. You know, the High Republic when they dominate. And they're a bunch of losers, and I don't care if the point of the story is to establish them as haughty heroes who need a beating or underestimate their enemy. It doesn't change the fact that you're supposed to be dealing with highly trained individuals. Somebody screaming, "Help! He's stealing my horse." Let's get him his horse.
Characters, which is a shame because it's a waste of a couple of good actors. And the bottom line is this: outside of my own, the YouTube videos about the Acolyte are far more entertaining than the Acolyte.
They are.
And we've come to a point with Lucasfilm, we don't even need to tell jokes to embellish our reviews. All we have to do is describe what actually happens in the show. That's the joke. And look, I made it through an entire video without talking about the political discourse surrounding the Acolyte, like queer creator of gayest Star Wars series claps back at haters who claim it's woke propaganda with lesbian space witches.
Nerderotic.com.
That guy needs to give us the horse
Please
back.
like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like what you heard, I thank you for listening this long. I will see you in the next video.
I'm not transgender, non-binary. I don't want to be searched by a man. I'm transgender, non-binary, and I don't want to be searched by a man. I claim my Fourth Amendment rights.
Come, horsey, come. Good. Poor Ezra Miller. I mean, he's never gonna he's always going to be known for that clip now and many other clips. You know what? I don't feel bad for him. Is the other guy just coming for us now? See, he's coming for us. That's hilarious. No, horse, don't fight me on this, please. Not while this guy is coming for us. Okay, can we do it? Hold on. Let's see if we can do this. Hold on. Game, calm down. Let's see if we can do this before we go on to the next segment of the Acolyte. Steven, Everything I see of this show is worse than I expected. One of my friends is way too lenient when talking to me about that show. I'm sorry to hear that. I think anyone who is too lenient about this stuff deserves to be disappointed and, not good, not good, not good, not good. Hey, no, stop changing the, there we go. Good, now give me the lasso of truth. Of course, you're not working with me here. Just hold on for a second. There we go. We got him. Good. Never mind. Forget. Hold on. There we go. We're gonna make it nice. No, not the tree. Hombre, where are you? There you are. Just come, horse. This is so much easier. Like if you have a friend who's like this, there you go. Did we do it? Did we do it? You're welcome, sir. Now let me get off. You welcome. Nice, we got the money. Got $17. So worth it. I would have preferred an edgelord power fantasy to this lukewarm toilet water. Steven, let me tell you something. Your friend needs a flushing. And I don't mean like in an offensive manner, but genuinely, they need a reality check. Oh, look at this. Yeah, I want to play this game. Great. Should be easy. Just teach me how to do it. That's going to be hilarious. Let's see how we do. Change bets. Let's do it like at... We can only do $5? Okay, let's do 5. How do we play this game? Teach me. Fire Lego, that is asking too much. Moodcap, remember that Crisis on Infinite Earth has animated movie that tried to use Kevin Conroy as a marketing ploy. Press the button, illustrate it. Okay. Oh, that should be easy. It's just circle and X. Time's up. What is this, me too? There we go. Oh! No, hold on, let me try to do it with 2. There we go. You win this round. Good. Nice. We still got one hand, guys. Can we make him falter? We did it? I think we did it. Good. Another guy. Okay, good. Well, I guess, you know, it's like, is it a marketing ploy? I mean, if you have him, whatever, like, it makes sense if you ask me to. Like, if you're gonna have Kevin Conroy, right? He's still voicing Batman. Oh no, we're getting more complicated now. Oh no. Why did I agree to stay to this? This is fun, though. Okay, we did it. Nice. I think we can still do this round and then... you know what, I might even just turn on the next video since this is pretty fun and not as complicated as I figured it would be. Okay. Oh, I pressed circle. What are you talking about? I really did. Oh, I guess I was too slow. That's why. Okay. Oh, come on. I was too slow again. Come on, game. Don't. Oh, come on now. I was too fast apparently now. Oh, come on. I really don't get what the whole thing is. Whatever. That was kind of fun. Alright, next video. So yeah, episode 5. All I hear is the Knife Gang song. Wait, is it louder than I am? Are you saying, Far Cry Lego, are you saying that the game is too loud? All I hear is the Knife Game song. You can't hear me? What? Guys, let me know if you can hear me. No? Wait, what? I'm so confused. Let me know if you can hear me. That the game you were playing just now. You said all I hear is the Knife Game song. Can you guys hear me in the chat then? I don't know. I don't know if you guys can hear me anymore because I don't know, everything looks to be okay on my end, so I think it should be fine. I hear you. What? Hosky says he hears me. You were doing the Knife Game just now, and Steven says, yeah, I can hear you. Okay, I guess then a misunderstanding then. Good. In that case, let's then move on to the next side of the Acolyte. But first, I guess this is a good moment to kind of plug in something about the Acolyte, which is this.
If you were in Star Wars, would you be on the light or the dark side?
Dark side. Yeah, 100% dark side. Dark side user right here. So sorry, but the dark side is cooler.
She said that the dark side is cooler. This is something I've noticed about these people, these newer Star Wars fans and these newer creators of Star Wars, is that they're obsessed with the dark side, but not in the sense that it is evil. It's just that it's cooler. They're wearing better outfits. They have a better style, or they're edgy. And it's, you know, the Nazis had some cool styles on. They wore cool outfits. They drove pretty expensive cars too. Like that's not a very good metric to go by, ladies. It's kind of insane how they've lost touch with whatever Star Wars is. And they have the audacity to say there is no good and evil in Star Wars. Crazy. Unhinged.
It just is. The dark side is pleasure, biological, and temporary, and easy to achieve. The light side is joy, everlasting, and difficult to achieve. One is selfless, one is selfish.
I don't understand what's so easy to achieve about the dark side. I guess it's easy to become evil. But at the same time, the stuff that they do also requires discipline. So I don't necessarily see what he means. I guess maybe it's just a matter of how you behave yourself. And having inner control of your evil. Or goodness, virtues, I guess. I see what he means then.
And you want to keep them in balance. What happens when you go to the dark side is it goes out of balance and then you get really selfish and you forget about everybody. And
I really like the gray Jedi code. The gray Jedi code, and like I am just kind of a diplomatic person.
Yes, Fakir Lego. They're also obsessed with the gray Jedi code, which she brings up just now. It's also insane. Because, as we know, the gray Jedi code was introduced by Filoni, I believe, or in his series. And it's the most ridiculous, the most fanficky idea ever. This idea that you can just be totally neutral. And again, it's trying to be different for the sake of being different. It's not actually creating anything compelling. It's just a bunch of nonsense, gibberish that exists to make it seem like it's more complex than it actually is.
And the best parts about Star Wars is there is no good or evil. It depends on what side you're standing on, truly. You know what I mean?
I would be both. I guess I'd be gray.
You can't, no.
Being able to access your emotions, but
you can't be
your
gray.
emotions for good.
You can't be gray.
when you get selfish, you get stuff. or you want stuff. And when you want stuff and you get stuff, then you are afraid somebody's going to take it away from you, whether it's a person or a thing.
You know what? I'll be brown, you know, because I'm just a crappy person. And then so I'm just gonna choose brown. Brown is the way to go, honestly.
Experience. Once you become afraid that somebody's going to take it away from you or you're going to lose it, then you start to become angry.
Just like Mother Anna say, I would be questioning the whole system of saying what is light and what is dark.
There you go. She's brown too. Brown power. We represent the swamp, the stuff that goes into your toilets, the sewage. That's us. We question everything.
I think definitely Jodie Turner-Smith would be like not existing inside of either side.
I guess I'd be gray, you know, but my lightsaber would be red. I don't know.
See, I'm telling you, it's like they're obsessed with this aesthetic thing. Oh, I love to look like the Sith because they have a better fashion sense. Insanity. Just crazy.
People are gonna see this and be like,
Oh no. Cackling.
If you were in Star Wars.
So yes, that's who we're dealing with here. Just insane people who, I mean, that's what they are. They disregard any sense of what is good and bad because they think it's fashionable to blur the lines on everything to make it seem like it's less complex than it actually is. Let's change our outfits. And so yes, that's what we're dealing with here. And that's our regular outfit. Can I? Ooh, nice. Oh yeah, we're putting this on. Wait, didn't I already wear this? I guess not. Maybe. Revolver ammo, sweet. Complete outfit. Purchase suit from the tailor in Thieves Landing. Where's Thieves Landing? Steven, to be honest, all the need to do to understand why the dark side is evil is okay. The Old Republic MMORPG, which is free, if you pick the Sith, regardless of Sith... Wait, I think I lost the thread here. So, Steven says, or Far Cry Lego says, I just want the Force to guide me. Guide you towards what? You have to navigate yourself. Force won't guide you. And I know, you know, it's like, hey, you gotta let the Force guide you to deflect the lasers, right? But that's like in terms of your abilities of how you use the Force. When it comes to siding with whichever side, then you gotta decide for yourself. So Steven says, Lucasfilms had a lore guy with a guide as to how canon stuff were in the EU. Grey were nowhere near being canon. To be honest, all they need to do to understand why the dark side is evil is, okay, the Old Republic MMORPG, which is free. If you pick the Sith, regardless of Sith or Bounty Hunter, you're left to choose pretty dark quests, which make it clear that you are evil, and this isn't cool and edgy. I mean, it probably is cool and edgy as you're the bad guy, but only in the sense that you're not actually doing it in real life. However, in the implications of the story, yes, it is evil and it is not cool or edgy. So yeah, totally agree with you. Far Cry Lego, I need to play more Old Republic. For me, I'm gonna be light. Nice. Alright. I was gonna check this El Puero place. Where is it on the map? There's a tailor somewhere. El Presidio. Alright, now let's watch the shills defend this thing. Let's see what they have to say about it.
Now, I don't know about all of you, but I have found it fascinating watching the Disney Star Wars NPC fans week after week try and fail miserably to defend the Acolyte. And ever since Amanda Stenberg dropped her I Am a Victim diss track...
Oof. That's really what that was.
That's how we'll remember you, as a big fart.
Almost immediately after she did that, videos started popping up.
That was awful. We watched that in the last stream that we talked about Star Wars Acolyte, which was last Saturday. So if you want to kind of watch that, you can watch that stream and find the place where we kind of go over that whole situation, that whole music video of hers.
On Disney Shield channels going after what they call the toxic Star Wars fan base.
There's a certain group of toxic fans that seem to actively enjoy hating Star Wars.
People on the internet already looking.
How about people who actively seek out to be offended by anything that does not adhere to their ideology? How about that? I think that's toxic. And also, how about the shilling? I think the shilling is even more toxic because it pretends there's no negatives and you don't get anything good out of it. I think that's worse, honestly.
Why do they keep watching something if they don't like it?
Because it's fun to hate on stuff that is bolstered by morons, and it's also fun to hate on stuff that you took over. Star Wars was not yours. You did not care about Star Wars. And so you get no place to talk. You have no room to talk about this stuff. And yet you claim yourself to be a fan. This was not made for you. And so by coming in here and trying to make it about yourself, you are making an enemy out of yourself. Plain and simple.
Most of these dorks probably gave the show 5 negative reviews apiece before even watching the first episode.
It's a lot.
Yes, facts, and they should be doing that. Why are you saying that like that's a bad thing? Because guess what? If they watched it, they would probably still give it a negative score. And that would still, you would still find some reason to not listen to those individuals. So you have nothing. You have nothing, sir. Let's go to the general store.
Wild way to live your life, y'all.
It's okay. Some people just want to be Sith.
Well, you're not wrong there. It is significantly more fun in this community being on the dark side. And the fact that it triggers the hell out of you people makes it even better.
Like, if you don't like it, just don't watch it.
It makes me not want to talk about the thing I like on the internet.
Good. Yes.
There's this toxic piece of the fandom that get off on hate, and they're so loud, and they've got their heads so far up their sarlacc pit.
I don't know who this guy is over at Screen Crush, but he is massively triggered, claiming that we have ruined Star Wars and film and television criticism in general.
You have ruined everything and make it to where I can't even criticize something without first trying to make sure that I don't get lumped in with you.
Right. So your own audience gets so triggered by any criticism of the Acolyte that they lump you in with the toxic people you hate so much.
Now that's funny.
I think that's a you and your audience problem, not our problem.
I mean, 10 or so years ago, if we heard the plot of this series, these same people hating on the show would be fangirling over the sheer possibilities that this show could bring.
And whose fault is that? It's Disney's fault. Not the fans' fault, Disney's fault. For all the shit content they've given us in the past 10 years. And you know what pisses this guy off the most? The fact that anti-Disney Star Wars, anti-The Acolyte content creators are getting views, getting subscribers, growing their communities, and not getting their videos completely ratioed 2-to-1 like he is in this very video we are currently ripping on.
Yeah, the hate type stuff initially would get more clicks, but you couldn't really build a community on it. Now, unfortunately, that
they are building communities on it. It's,
Yes, because you're
it's really
destroying
disappointing.
something that somebody already was a fan of. Crap. Crap, 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 crap. Die, die, die. There we go. I never know how this works, and I win every single time.
Social media right now in 2024 has devolved to a point where it only ever benefits the people that are farming rage for engagement, and it's so clear now.
No, no. I mean, sure. I think, you know, when you're hating something, you can get attention, but you don't get the support of the institutions or like these organizations or companies. So even though you will hear about the hate, the shilling and the fake positivity, that's what's going to be driving the engagement. So say what you want to say. I think you are overplaying stuff. The dude can't criticize the Acolyte because he wouldn't be able to get any access. Exactly, Mudcap. That's why they're called access media. So I love how Nerdrotic basically coined that term, and it is so accurate. I love it. They are leeches, says Farcolego. Mudcap, they claim to be fans while trying to drive off actual lifelong fans who hate what happened to the franchise. Yes, and it's not like they're creating communities around stuff that they liked, right? It's like nobody's attacking, I don't know, My Little Pony, for example. I don't know, it's just some random example. My Little Pony's probably better than whatever it is that they watch, but let's say, no, it's like nobody's hating on My Little Pony. And so it's not like they're all just hating on that show. They're hating on Star Wars The Acolyte and all these other Star Wars shows. Not just because they want to hate, but because it was something that they enjoyed and they loved. And it's become destroyed, diluted. And sure, in some cases, it's always been, like somebody will say, oh, it's always been woke. Like, okay, I guess. But that's not true for every single property. And here we are. What time is it in this world? It is 6. So we've got 1 more hour to go before we find the mission that has to be started. Okay. Let's walk around then. And Steven says YouTube videos hating on Disney probably get more views than Disney's own shows. It's worth noting that Disney shills, not just Star Wars videos, never bring up creators that don't blindly hate. Let me read that last part again. It's worth noting that Disney shills never bring up creators that don't blindly hate. Well, it's because they started this whole thing, by the way, because I've seen them complain, oh, you guys are calling us shills, and they're very offended whenever you call them shills, which is just beautiful. They get so triggered when you call them shills. And so their argument then is that, oh, you're just calling everyone a shill without any reason, even though somebody might genuinely like it and not, that person might not be overdoing it. But at the same time, it's you who started calling everyone, labeling everyone a toxic hater. So you guys started this masquerade, and now you gotta just let people do the same thing to you. These places look pretty cool. People who say AI art is political should explain the deep political lore of Crash Bandicoot. I have no idea what one has to do with the other, but it's sure. Yes, I'm for it. Anything to do with Crash has my approval.
Just maybe, soy number 1, people are sick and tired of watching Disney shills. Unless, of course, you're on my channel.
What is genuine criticism and what is hate
for the sake of hate.
Yeah,
because
please
you just
tell
don't
us.
like someone's politics, and you can't seem to separate your own from Star Wars.
Yes, Simon, because Disney is doing such a fantastic
Whoa.
job separating their
Shadow.
politics and their social justice warrior shit from their Star Wars content.
Fucking idiot.
And of course, as you all know, it wouldn't be one of these videos without a You Hate Women and Diversity compilation.
Dogging on the show because it's Disney and it's diverse and, you know, it's women.
God forbid women have a little bit of fun in Star Wars.
God forbid
What is
a
this?
woman or a person of color get a little bit of screen time.
Girls can't like Star Wars. You've been telling me that since the first grade. This isn't new. Like, get a new thing.
Literally no one is saying that.
And it's also become quite the
I
trend
might
for
say
all of
it.
these dude bros to band together and hate on Star Wars.
For someone to just
If they annoy me, I'll say it.
attack Amandla because of their race is like, that's what she's talking about.
Show us the proof, cross-dressing Sexplained. I would love to see it. But you never show the proof, do you? You just blindly join these people in their pathetic attempts to play victim.
Be nice to people, treat them with respect, treat them how you would want to be treated.
Yeah, unless you're Gina Carano, right, Molly? Did you two come
Exactly.
out and defend her when she was getting attacked and there was actual proof?
Whoa,
No,
game,
you
stop
did
pushing
not.
me
All
off.
you did was praise Disney for firing her.
It's just about treating each other with respect, treating everyone else in the Star Wars fandom with respect.
Bullshit!
And you know what really pisses these people off? Criticizing the pronouns.
And this week they said pronouns.
I know people are going to be furious about the pronouns on the ship. I really don't give a shit.
Again, it's literally a whole lot of nothing.
It's nothing, they claim, but it doesn't stop them from being triggered.
If that bugs you that much, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know how hard your life is, but it's got to be rough, buddy.
Yeah, make sure you bubble wrap yourself so you don't trip and break your fragile ego.
Well, you're not being very nice right now. What happened to respecting other people's opinions and stuff? I mean, I consider that to be reasons to throw hands, so you should just knock it off and you should follow your own advice. But they're not going to do that, of course. Okay, I think it's 7 o'clock here, so
Getting massively offended over that, you have
let's
problems.
go start a
You
new
know, you have
mission.
big problems, and you're not. You know, you probably need to reevaluate some things.
But hey, Simon and the rest of the people you saw in this video, this is who Disney Star Wars wants as their fan base.
Honestly, I would just let him have it.
Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe.
More shills.
I'm very proud of Disney. Golf clap.
Oof. Imagine if Star Wars Explained said that to Gina's face. What do you mean? What happened with that? They call people toxic fans and are surprised when they actually swing back. Yeah, it's like you get what you deserve, Mudcap. So true. Okay, there's pistols here.
For finally mastering HBO's hit show formula, which was pioneered by the OG Game of Thrones.
Jesus Christ, are we still doing this? Let me guess, this episode was the Red Wedding, right? Because, you know, people...
So, for those who need a reference, last episode, they kept comparing the show to other media. So, for example, they compared it to The Lord of the Rings just because they were walking around mountains with a lot of green New Zealand-like territory around them. So they're like, oh, this reminds me of The Lord of the Rings. And then they were suddenly in the jungle and they said, oh, this reminds me of The Predator. And then they were in then like the story got a bit more like scary and they said, oh, it reminds me of Alien. And they just kept saying it reminds them of something. Although I think with the Game of Thrones comparison, I think it's a lot more business related. It's not something to do with story, right? It's not story related reasons that she's bringing it up. She's talking about the release schedule.
died.
Now, is episode 5 of The Acolyte Star Wars' version of the Red Wedding? I saw some people saying that last night on social
Ooh,
media.
never mind. I guess some people are saying that.
I even said on Twitter it was like the Red Wedding, but for Star Wars fans.
Why do you people do this to yourselves? Why do you set yourselves up for this? I mean, I've never watched Game of Thrones, the Red Wedding episodes, but I know how much people gush about them. I can't even buy anything from this guy. What a joke. I guess rifle ammo.
Sorry. Try and contain myself.
Again, the goat. They're just gonna be screaming throughout the whole thing.
That wasn't even a main character.
These Jedi suck.
Was that a double?
What is this reaction? Oh no, I was not even looking at this guy. I was looking at the other guy. Look at him, the redhead guy who... He's not the cuck, is he? But look at him. The way he sways back and forth like some lady who is in peril.
Oh, that was cool. Come on, that was awesome.
Was that a double? What am I watching right now?
You guys are fags.
Oh!
Hey, wait a minute.
Hold on, what happened there?
What am I watching right now?
You guys are fags.
He just made a circle, okay. People would make fun of the Attack of the Clones for that reason, and rightfully so. But then they do it here. And it's... What?
Hey, wait a minute. You're not gonna stick something yicky in my mouth, are you?
I swear on my mother's life, I'm not going to stick anything yicky in your mouth.
Okay.
That did nothing. That did absolutely nothing.
Wait, was that the stun gun? Oh, brother.
That did nothing. That did absolutely nothing. Oh my jeez.
I would like to volunteer to take this old bird out of her misery.
He's left Yord alive. Why did he do that? I'm not complaining.
And why exactly aren't you complaining?
Yord is young and enthusiastic and handsome.
Gay!
Okay.
Come on, Soul! Come on, goat. Come on, champ.
Did you just call Master Soul the goat?
Come on, goat. Come on, champ.
This woman does not look like a Star Wars fan, I'm sorry. She does not strike me as a Star Wars fan. Something about her face, her behavior, is just... No, lady, you cannot fool anyone. We don't believe you.
Come on, goat. Come on, champ.
This woman is nuts.
Holy fuck. Oh my god.
Using the Lord's name in vain. So obvious. I mean, so tired. And I guess that also obvious.
Shut up!
The fighting is freaking insane.
Calm down, bitch.
Why would you hit him or her with the... By the way, who do you guys think it is? I think it is... Wait, was it revealed? I don't think it was. I thought it was like the one of the mothers, one of the witches that gave birth. And it's the white one, of course.
No!
3 holes.
Yes. No!
Yes.
Oh, it was the black guy. Okay.
Alright everyone, shill face compilation time. Let me know in the comments who has the best shill face.
Oh, no!
That one was quick, so here it is in slow motion.
Mask up. Oh no! Oh no!
Now, this guy probably makes this face all the time, you know, because,
crap!
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Except there is.
Guys, can't we all just be glad she's dead?
God damn it. I really liked her.
But maybe she'll be okay because it's lightsaber was
This is
All right, him. That's who Neurotic was talking about. Ezra Miller.
why Disney has ruined lightsabers, because every time now when this happens, some idiot's gonna come along and say,
but maybe she'll be okay.
Stupid fucking cunts!
You really didn't know it was me.
God, he's so hot. I'm sorry.
White whore. The Jedi like you might call me Sith.
Ooh, confirmed. That doesn't really confirm he is a Sith. He just says that they'll call him that.
Surprise.
all right, we got more shill faces.
Oh! Oh!
Wow, look at that double shill face.
Are you fucking kidding me?
This guy has the worst one. I think he takes the cake. He reminds me of that meme of that one kid who has the shocked face and his eyes go like the black kid who his eyes just go wide and they look at two different points. That's what it looks like here.
Are you fucking kidding me?
God, Redhead might have the biggest shill face of the video. I guess she's had a lot of practice in her other line of work.
Ooh, because obviously she's the OnlyFans girl and he's the guy. He's her husband who's a cuck, of course.
Okay, that's somebody sucking a horse cock. What the fuck?
Who is this guy? He keeps reusing his clips. And he's probably from like older YouTube era of streaming. Like very old. It's always like those clips are always wild.
Jesus. This is fucking awesome.
Dude, you need to get banged bad.
Ooh, I thought they were about to get down.
What the flip are you talking about? They're sisters. What the heck?
ACOLYTE will not be contradicting Star Wars canon, and no one will survive to tell of the Sith sighting.
What the fuck are you talking about? Master Soul is back at the ship.
But, you know, clearly he...
Okay, hold on. So, yeah. And also, one thing worth pointing out. Just one thing worth pointing out. But that'll be after this cutscene. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it in. It's time to start a new mission. The first one, really, of this stream. Because we were kind of fooling around playing games. Let us start. Fake reactions because we all know Disney. Lightsabers don't kill anyone, says Moodcap. So true.
Mr. Merson, ride with us. We've been betrayed.
Uh-oh.
There's no time. Ride with us. Then we'll find the man you seek. Come.
I have men waiting for us, just outside Escalade.
Okay, I guess he's not going to tell us. That's it. Also, I think this was something in one of people, like I've read one of the comments, and I guess it was like a very good comment that I just remembered it. Because if this many Jedi died, other Jedi would feel it in the Force. They would sense the disturbance of all those Jedi's dying. Of all those Jedi dying. So again, even if someone were not to see it, still somebody would know there's a huge problem. And yeah. So yes, it contradicts the lore in every sense of the way. Now back to the video while we help those guys out.
Can't go back to headquarters and file a report because that would mess up Star Wars canon.
So, why can't he just contact the Jedi on Coruscant from the ship like he did in Episode 2?
Stupid bitch. Hi-ya!
I love it. I think it's a fun episode.
Fuck off.
This was like prequel territory combat.
Fuck off, cunt.
I
What?
really do like this show. I don't care what people say. This is a good show. This is a great show.
That episode was like 30 minutes long.
Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe.
It was like a 30-minute episode. These episodes are awful. Disasters. How can anyone watch them? Alright. Even if they didn't feel in... hold on. Even if they didn't feel it in the Force, a group of Jedi being mysteriously murdered would raise a lot of red flags. Yes. Too many red flags. And you guys have a conversation here. Let's see if I can read up on it. And I can make this a bit bigger now. Alright. YouTube videos. Woodcap, imagine if Star Wars Explained said that to Gina's face, so I already read that one. His tweet celebrating Gina getting fired. Is that what he did? Crazy. Woodcap continues to say, I can't be the only one who thinks that the Jacob guy has a relationship with his Baby Yoda doll. I don't remember which one, but I think a lot of them probably do. Steven says to Woodcap, the only relationship he'll ever have because, whoa! An ambush, okay. Let's take it on then. The only relationship he'll ever have. That's the only relationship he'll ever have because sentient beings would despise him. And Frank Lego says people with half a brain. Oh, I got shot. Not good. Go, go, go. Are those bad guys? Easy. There we go, I shot his horse. Good. So yeah, I guess like I have from the videos we have, I think that was like the last one I have. I have some other videos we can watch as placeholders, but I think you guys have some other ones that we could watch. There is Fakra Lego sent in some recommendations. The ridiculous story of the $100 million Deadpool game. Oh, that seems like a cool video to watch. So you could do that. Hold on, let me just find those clips. You know what? Since you guys are waiting, we can watch a different clip that I prepared. Although it's 22 minutes long. It's a YouTuber video. It's like, it's totally not related to anything, but I thought it was going to be a fun video to watch because it is one of those Mr. Beast-esque videos. Don't worry, it's not Mr. Beast, but the video is called 50 X's Reunite for the first time. I know it sounds kind of lame, but I started watching it and I'm like, this seems pretty interesting. And it's by Jack Gordon. I don't know if you guys know him. He's like a redhead, and I started watching the video. I'm like, okay, this seems kind of stupid. But then once you watch this video, it's basically people who dated at one point, and this guy is going to bring them together, and he's going to see if they'll be able to come back. It sounds odd, but the way he does it, you'll see. Sounds pretty interesting. I mean, the way it's done, it looks like it's going to be very funny and maybe worth a watch. So let me turn this on while I look for the other clips, okay? And if we ever decide that it's not interesting, then we can just turn it off and turn it to something else, right? So I'll definitely turn this on while I'm looking for this other stuff.
Behind me is 25 ex-couples, and now they're all blindfolded and separated. You have 5 minutes to find each other. At the end of 5 minutes, you have to be holding someone's hand. If you aren't holding your ex's hand, you'll both be eliminated. No talking. Go.
Can they find their ex?
15% of ex-couples end up getting back together, and 6% of divorced couples end up getting married again. So statistically, one of these couples is going to end up getting married eventually. I'm here to figure out which one. And what they don't know is that I have an engagement.
How are they supposed to kind of like see each other, right? It's like, how do you know who you're touching? I guess that's part of the challenge, but still, are they allowed to talk to one another?
You're ready for the winning couple to propose to their ex-partner. We'll see if they take it. Okay, 5 minutes are up. Everybody take off your blindfolds. If you're holding hands with your ex, you move on. Everybody else, leave.
This video is gonna be crazy. These exes have no idea what they're actually competing for.
What are your guys' names?
I'm Kelly.
I'm Dakota.
So let's guess who's actually going to get together by the end of this.
I'm Alanis.
I'm Cuse.
I'm Lily. I'm Pilar.
I'm Jacob. Chris.
Gabby.
And how long were you guys together before you broke off?
A couple of months.
Yeah.
2 years.
3 months. Yeah, 3 months.
3 years, pretty much.
2.5.
All right. Like pretty close to 3 years. We were together for 1.5 years, and then she dumped me.
Do you remember the other
Dang, definitely not coming back together.
person's favorite interests or hobbies?
She likes roller skating. She likes the beach. Did I miss anything?
No.
He loves music. He has like 10,788 liked songs, and he knows every single one of them.
She likes to talk to people. That's it. She likes to talk to people.
Okay, so they're definitely not getting back together. I think we know why these guys broke it off.
As you can see, some of these ex-couples still had some really great chemistry. For this round, we're going to be testing how well they got to know each other during their relationship.
Okay, we asked each of you guys questions about yourselves before you came. We're gonna see if you guys know the answers to those questions about
Yeah, I see, Parker. Like, I see a lot of videos that you sent. We'll try to take a look at all of them since we have so much time. Woodcap, fake reactions because we all know Disney lightsabers don't kill anyone. Woodcap, even if they didn't feel in the force a group. Oh, I read that one too.
each other. If you can each get each other's questions right, you'll move on. And we know the correct answers, so we'll see what they get.
Easy. What is the name of the town I grew up in?
El Segundo.
Yep. Good job. Good job. What's my favorite movie?
Oh man. If they get any questions wrong, they're out.
I don't know. I forgot.
Why is the movie important?
You love a disgusting coffee.
Oh, shut up.
It's like booze flavored, like bourbon or whiskey flavor, those beans with soda.
Yeah.
So gross. How could I forget that one?
They felt like they were still dating.
Do you remember what my middle name is?
You don't have one.
I don't have a middle
You don't have one. Yeah.
Did you guys see this video as like an opportunity to maybe rework things out again?
I think he did for sure. I think like part of me also wanted to as well.
What is one food I hate?
Is it like coconut?
A gay
Do I
couple?
prefer sweet, like smoothies, or would I prefer like coffee, like black?
I feel like you always liked black tea and like nothing added.
Lesbians.
Right? I hate tea.
I guess they're not getting the ring.
Okay.
What was the last musical I was in college?
I want to say The Wizard of Oz.
Is that your answer?
Is that my answer?
Good job.
A lot
He
of
kinda
people are
cheated.
saying you and her are most likely to get back together. How do you feel about that? Do you feel the same way?
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the reason we broke up was because she said she didn't want to like be with me anymore. So I was like, I'm not gonna force her to be, but we're like best friends. We've always been best friends. So.
Oof. Yeah, he doesn't want to be.
I remember you told me to read it, and I was like, I'm not reading it. I never read it. I don't remember.
What's my zodiac sign?
Gemini.
Jeez.
Some of these ex-couples are just like making me smile and others aren't, you know? And they made me smile.
When's my birthday?
Your birthday. No, you're a Pisces.
Mm-hmm.
February 24th.
Okay, you got it. You got it.
What was the name of the street I lived on during the relationship?
That is Whitley.
Yeah, that is.
I almost said your address. And I was like,
Yeah, you're like, here's the apartment
apartment number.
I kind of feel bad about that because you were so far away from us. Like,
Yeah.
I really should have driven more out to you a little bit. Like,
It's okay.
but yeah.
People are saying you two have a good chance of getting back together. How do you feel about that?
I don't know how to respond. I don't know. I don't want to say anything I'm going to regret later. It's not surprising. We just broke up about
You know what?
3 weeks ago, so it's pretty fresh. But we're also
I was expecting a little bit more from this video. More interesting stuff than just answering questions. Because at first it started off with like them being blindfolded. And it's like, okay, he threw in some interesting statistics as to what would happen. Now they're just asking questions, and it's let's see. I'm still getting those videos, by the way, so bear with me.
What was the first show we started watching together?
The first show?
The first show, and we definitely didn't keep up with it.
No recollection.
Damn.
Okay, the round just ended. I'm gonna be honest, when I came in here, I thought there was no way anyone was going to want to take this ring. There are some couples that seem very happy together, ex-couples. These couples are not together anymore. But some of them were like really rizzy. Oh my God. This is crazy. We're literally gonna rekindle the flame of an actual relationship for somebody here.
How does it feel like meeting up with your ex for this video? Does it feel weird? Like, how does this video concept feel for you guys?
This is my opportunity to get her back.
I was asking
Hey,
around,
Shia
and
LaBeouf.
some people think you two are the most likely ex-couple to get back together. What do you guys think about that?
Are you serious? Oh my gosh, I'm trying not to be. Honestly, like there are a lot of things that I'm
What?
upset about, and I'm really trying to just like see past it and like use this situation to my advantage and, you know, just potentially see what the future holds. But we'll see. I don't know.
At this point, there's no way I'd be able to analyze their relationship myself any further, so I brought in Aspen from the attractiveness video.
Hello.
Welcome back.
So we're going to introduce Aspen to the 8 remaining ex-couples, but what they don't know is that once Aspen is brought into the room, the next round has started. Aspen's going to go around and interview each ex-couple, while the other people in lab coats are there to take notes on what the ex-couples are saying to each other. After this, we're going to use what we wrote down about what they said to test if they were actually listening to each other.
Okay? We gave you no cards with
So question, are you guys invested in this video? Should we keep watching, or we could watch some of the stuff that Far Cry Lego kind of sent us, which is, speaking of Deadpool, stuff about his video game that came out. Let me know if you're invested in this.
Question about something specific that your ex said.
We're just gonna test.
Hold on, we got somebody on Twitch. People were Hoske, I hear you, what? And then we have Hoske, dang, calling her a shite. Oh, dang. So Hoske responded saying to what one of the what Mr. Grizzy said in his video. Dang, calling her a crap stain is crazy. Yes, and unfortunately, a mod held your opinion on review, and it expired in the chat, so I can't bring it back. But it's there, and I just read it out loud, so it officially happened.
To the conversations that you were having.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You now have 2 minutes. Go.
Does anyone feel really confident? Yeah. Okay. Nice.
The couples may seem confident,
Freddie said she left me for a rich guy.
She left me for a rich guy.
but this wasn't easy for everyone.
So Jacob said he was still not too sure about coming this morning.
And I was still on the fence like this morning if I even want to come on.
And I think I got that right.
his ick is extreme empathy for blank. The answer is his ick is an extreme empathy for animals.
I'm gonna sound like such a bad person for saying this, but you have that, like, extreme empathy for animals?
And I'm very embarrassed about it.
Okay, it says, when talking about attachment styles, Eli said he blank more. I said pursues
more. But I think I pushed you more.
Good luck.
I don't need it, but thank you.
So, you have the results right here.
Yes.
Only 4 couples were able to get their answers correct. Okay, out of these 4 that remain. All right, everybody. The results are right here. Couples 3, 6.
And what's the last one? We'll find out after this. There we go.
Ignore the stupid English. Shut your mouth off his boy. Gringo, take that sniper rifle over there. We have man's work.
Okay, just more shootouts. Which we love. We love our shootouts. No one's gonna complain about them.
7 and 18 are staying in. Couples 4, 11, and 17 are out.
Well, she wanted to be out, so there she is.
22, you're also out. I'm sorry. I just thought that'd be funny. But the 4 of you that did move on, come with me.
I gotta be honest, this next part is one of the craziest things.
Put them through like a obstacle course or something.
For this round, we're hooking each person up to a lie detector. We're allowing these
Sweet.
ex-couples to ask each other anything they want. But if the person answering the questions can't answer or doesn't want to answer, that ex-couple will be eliminated.
Aspen, all right, how are you feeling? How are you feeling?
I feel good. I think that this is going to be good. I feel like it's going to force them to a whole new level of honesty with each other that we haven't gotten to yet.
But what they don't realize is we're lying to them again. This isn't a real lie detector. We can't afford a real lie detector. Did you see this studio? I can't afford to buy an actual lie detector. So, fake lie detector. Hopefully it fools them.
We just told them we would yell false if our lie detector showed anything untrue. But obviously that wasn't gonna happen, because this
No
wasn't real.
skibbity of him.
I'm about to ask
Even
you
if
some
I
easy
do.
ones, so no, maybe not.
Oh my god, it's up to 100.
All right, go for it.
Did you feel any relief after we broke up?
No, I immediately felt sad.
Really?
Like as soon as you left.
Okay. I only. Wow, hold on, that caught me off guard. Okay, you're ready for a hard one?
Yeah.
Are you open to the idea of revisiting our relationship in the future?
Yes.
They're gonna get together.
Okay.
I'm calling it now.
I feel is my face red?
It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, you are very much red.
I literally thought those answers would be the opposite.
Well, they might have been if you asked me like literally 2 weeks ago, because I wouldn't have been like in that state.
Will they rewatch this video and find out that they were not actually hooked up to a lie detector?
Now I'm super nervous.
If you really had to choose between me or 100 squirrels,
No, you can't ask me.
would you save me?
I mean, come on, squirrels. That's the easiest choice.
Alright, we can put that one to rest.
It was legit.
That's a legit question. I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to get the hard truth on that. Was there ever a point where you like
Dang it.
regretted dating me?
No, I don't think I ever had any regret.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to hit you with the. Are you open to revisiting the relationship?
I think in the future, I don't think right away.
Yeah.
I told
Oh,
you when
dang.
we first met, I felt like I found my person. And I was kind of devastated that it didn't work out that way. So I think in a way, you'll always be, at the very least, the one that got away.
I think you're right about the timeline,
Yeah.
but that feels good. Same page. Whoa, that feels funny.
Okay. All right, you guys are good. You guys are good.
What do I do with my hands?
All right, no pressure. No pressure. But you will be out if you don't answer any questions. But like, it's okay if you get out. It's really not a big deal. This is all just a fun YouTube video, you know? Take it away.
How do you...
Have you ever received gifts?
I'm confused how you even like sign up for this.
While we're dating.
Do you know you're gonna be hooked up with an ex? Of course you have to know. So both of you already have to get into. It's like so weird how they had to sign up for this.
No.
Okay, well, that was anticlimactic a little bit. Do you love me?
Yes.
Do you feel more at peace since we broke up?
Wait, but I don't have to answer this?
No, you have to answer it, Jolene. Come on.
Okay. In short answer, yes. Long answer, because I feel like there was a lot to figure out, and we're figuring that stuff out. And I think, you know, if we... Okay. That's my favorite. I'm done.
That was good. That was good.
I don't want to be too vulnerable. Wow. My pits are sweating. We're also pretty like blunt with each other. Like it feels like we're doing a lie detector test every day, just without the. It's just like like the eye contact, like staring at each other. I'm like, I saw that twitch. Can you see yourself married to me in a year?
Yeah.
Where is this one more person?
Called a friend just to talk bad about me?
Yeah. Duh.
That was easy for you.
I think we're getting good.
How do I miss this guy?
I mean, you guys are good, I think. All right.
Oh, dang.
We're in between couples right now. I'm literally going in the corner. I'm
Oh, there's more of him
alone.
coming?
There's no camera people over here. This is just you and me, a little heart to heart. You guys, we came up with this fake lie detector idea to try and get them to say real answers. I think this is helping them get through their relationship in a way that maybe a real lie detector would.
Yes, the brain rod has reached my brain too. Fuck, where'd I go? Because I said the word,
Would
naughty
you
word.
ever go on a date with one of the other contestants today?
Oh,
What?
I would.
What?
Yeah, you know which one. Even before I said anything, you're like, oh.
Because I thought it first.
Yeah.
I pointed it out.
Yeah, yes, you did. You can read me like a book.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who is it?
Wait, I thought these were yes or no questions.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Kelly. Kelly, yeah. Kelly the artist. Were you jealous when I went on dates with other people when we were together?
Yeah.
Still jealous when I go out with other people right now?
Sometimes. Depends who it is.
Person's
Are you still
insane.
attracted to me?
Yeah.
You couldn't ask.
Yeah,
I don't
an
think
awful
you prepared.
couple.
Do you regret pressuring me to ride your Vespa when we left Venice?
Yes.
Have you thought
I can't shoot him, guys.
together today?
The heck?
Yes.
Does the thought of us being together scare you?
Yes. I feel like because you have a son and because you have other responsibilities in your life,
That's fair.
that you might not be able to give me the full, priority. Yeah. And I completely understand that because your son always is going to come first.
Do you think that
Obviously.
we are better as friends?
No. I want a family, and I feel like we share a lot of values that I look for in relationships, and I think would be really well as a couple.
Is there a chance of us being together in the future?
Yes.
Dang, she wants to be with a guy who already has kids.
You guys have You just made my day, by the way.
I honestly, when this video started, when Jack pitched this to me, I was like, there's no way anyone willing to do a video.
See, these NPCs are actually helpful.
We have like 3 people now.
These NPCs are actually helpful.
That was like it. Like I think they're together again. But here's the question: how much do they really love each other?
Here we go.
I
Let's
mean,
see if
listen,
this.
all I'm gonna say is
The moment of truth.
I think there's a 0% chance. You can tell them.
Okay.
We had to eliminate one couple that round, but you all answered all of the questions.
So we are eliminating Jess and Freddie. I'm so sorry.
Thanks for having us. This was fun.
We started the day with 50 people.
The most unfaithful couple. I think that was a good call.
3 ex-couples, and all of them feel like they could get back together. Aspen's talking to one right now. She has to pick one to give the special surprise to. This is crazy.
I don't know where to start with you guys.
We don't.
I feel like when you were in the box with the lie detector, I feel like there was some real raw emotions that were coming up. Would you be able to elaborate a little bit on what was coming up for you?
Yeah, I'll go. he answered the exact opposite of what I thought he was gonna say.
Oh.
And it kind of caught me off guard because I don't think we talked a lot enough at all. And when we started dating, I know for me, I was so head over heels that I was so scared to lose him, so I didn't want
Cool.
to bring up
I'm really
any hard
liking this
stuff,
mission.
and I think he had
Like, the shooting in
his
this
own
game is
reasons
not
for
even comparable to the other one, Spec Ops: The Line. It's not even close. It's so much better than the NPCs. They're so much more helpful, too. It's just great.
bringing up the hard stuff either.
It's funny that you said it's like because you were scared like to lose it, and in a way, I think I was kind of scared to gain it. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, come on. That's
Has
cliche.
everything that you've experienced and all the different conversations that you've had today, has it taken you by surprise the way that just today has unfolded?
No, makes sense. I think what's super helpful for me is like my parents been asking me a lot, like, you know, what about you and Jolene? Like, where you guys at? I'm like, I don't know. So I was like, good thing we came on this show. Try and figure it out a little bit, you know?
Yeah, it feels like you guys have really like worked together as a team today. Yeah.
To win it all. I'm also really competitive.
I need to know if
So it's
somebody...
like, yeah, like,
Whoa, so many illegals.
But the competition does show in like our relationship with each other, like of like fighting for each other.
Chris, I'll ask you first. Like, were you expecting today to kind of like play out the way that it did?
No, but I was hoping for it.
Okay. So it seems like you guys have kind of like entertained the idea of getting back together today. Have you talked about like what that would look like or what you would want to be different if you were to get back together?
We haven't talked about it. That was the lie detector was the first indication I got of that, so I didn't know.
Okay. So since the lie detector, have you talked about getting back together or no? No?
No.
Whoa, who's shooting us? Whoa! Somebody shot us from the back.
I'm emotionally.
I thought they had my
I
back.
don't even know what to say. This has been insane. What are we doing?
Jack, this is like my life every day.
That's crazy. I could not survive being a therapist. I go to a therapist every week. I need a therapist.
That sounds like you have issues. If you need to go to a therapist every week.
For me. How I'm supposed to decide between the two is a great question. With Dakota and Kelly, they were together for 2 years before they broke up. And so he got very complacent with her. And like through the breakup, he's realized like, wow, I was, taking you for granted. I wasn't like being all that I could have been to you. And then with Chris and Gabby, they have a very like sweet connection, but they were only together for a very short time before they broke up. I think they have a ton of potential, but they don't have as deep of like roots of like knowing each other.
This psychologist deserves to get fired. I don't trust a lot of psychologists, especially female ones, because they usually are single with cats. Nobody likes them. Just what it is.
Yeah?
You're right.
Okay.
Yeah, let's bring them in here.
Hey, thank you guys so much for being here today. I feel like there was so much raw emotion, and I feel like there was a lot of things that came up for each of you today that maybe you weren't expecting.
Okay,
So
who is getting the ring?
you, just for showing up so authentically and being willing just to do this. So with that being said, Dakota and Kelly, we chose you guys.
Listen, bro. The reason I made this video, this is gonna sound crazy, and you're gonna tell me I'm crazy, okay? The reason I made this video is that a really high percentage of ex-couples end up getting married eventually. So, in my pocket this entire time, no way, I've had a wedding ring for the
Is she
final
gonna do it? I don't think she's gonna say yes.
So, would you like to use
I think...
I didn't think you would. I didn't think you would.
Okay.
I think if I used it, that would blow the whole day that we've had today, honestly.
I think maybe you should save it for later.
So since Dakota didn't take the wedding ring, we gave them a consolation
Whoa.
prize instead.
We're gonna give
Teleported.
you $1,000 but you have to spend it in some way together. So just let me know how it happened, what you use it for. Maybe you guys could go on a trip to, you know, New York or something for a week, or I don't know if you can afford Paris with $1,000. That'd be a little crazy, but just send me pictures and we'll put them at the end. But you have $1,000 to spend together. So as the consolation prize for what just happened, and yeah.
I think the other guy would have had a more, like the girl who wanted to be with the guy who has kids. I think they would have had a better shot at proposing, honestly.
That's the first step.
Anyway, let's get to Far Cry Lego's video, which is, this one is called When a Hero Gets Nerfed by the Plot.
Earth, I have come to bring...
That was probably loud. Sorry about that. So let's make sure I can hear it too.
I have come to bring balance to your planet. Kneel before me, or perish.
Kneel or perish? Not if the Earth's mightiest defenders have anything to say about it.
Sit back, Captain Plutonium. I got this guy.
Okay.
You made a big mistake coming here, pal. Smash! Oh my goodness!
Oh man, oh golly, oh gee. Yo, what just happened?
I don't know, but I sure know one thing. I don't want no part of that guy.
What? You're like the raging monster of the team. You never back down from a fight.
That was the old me, but he's dead and gone now.
Really? Just like that?
The shade.
Yep, that'll do it to you. Now, if you'll excuse me, gentlemen, I'll be on my way.
Is this really Earth's mightiest defenders?
Man, you lucky that's not the 2008 version of him. He was a straight savage. He would have mopped the floor with you. Man, you know what? I'm gonna handle you myself.
Sorry I'm late, guys.
How did that not get him?
Speedster of the group. You're definitely finished now, new bad guy. New bad guy.
I'm getting them. What the heck?
But the Earth is full. Try sending in a
It's
reservation
perfect,
next time.
perfect angle and everything.
I'm gonna send you back in time.
How is it not getting them? Is this gonna get him? Watch. It did. What the heck? Something about this game is also broken.
My shin bone. Dang it. Yo, how did you not dodge that? You run at light speed. Bro, are you a speedster?
Not even close.
Was that like a supersonic?
Now it's Flash Shade.
Nah, I just got it from Home Depot.
Man, what is going on? Bro, I promise you, all the right circumstances for you to win is happening right now. It's pissing me off.
I'm done wasting my time with you weaklings. I'm about to kill you and your planet. You're overly confident for someone who's fighting a man who can sneeze away a solar system. There's no way you just hit me that hard. From a flick?
Impossible. Impossible. When I walk, I have to hold back my weight so the earth won't shake. When I breathe, if I exhale too hard, planes will fall out of the sky. And when I simply blink, I have to turn away so the force of my eyelids won't crush whoever is in front of me. So when it comes to me, nothing is impossible.
What about these space rocks you're allergic to? Oh my god!
We did it, boys. We did it. And that's we happened just to finish the video. Nice.
Amigo, ¿qué pasa? Killer like you, deserves fine women.
Ooh.
The best pleasures Earth can give a man.
I need some information, DeSanta.
All in good time. My man and I will finish our business here, and we can talk back at Escalera.
Fuck, really
Next
go.
time I see you, I need some answers, Captain.
Go get drunk, go get a woman! Enjoy life! It's a beautiful struggle!
I want answers. I still don't know exactly what we did in this mission. We just kind of tagged along. And we helped a bunch of guys. But hey, we did something cool. It was fun storming the desert like that. Barker Lego says the brain rot can't work on me. Honestly, it's all Superman's fault. And they're building a nice new village here. How cool is this? How cool. Alright, next video. is called The Ridiculous Story of the $100 Million Deadpool Game. I want to listen to this. Since we're kind of doing Deadpool, let's listen what this is about. And this is probably going to be the last video of today.
Deadpool in recent years has become universally known as the fourth-wall-breaking funny anti-hero played by sexy Canadian Ryan Reynolds.
There's a penis picture of mine floating around somewhere.
Well, guess what? We found it.
I mean, the 2016 film, along with its 2018 sequel, were both huge hits, especially the first Deadpool film, as it proved that R-rated superhero movies could be just as profitable as their PG-rated counterparts. And as dumb as it sounds, without Deadpool, we may not have gotten R-rated movies like Logan, Suicide Squad, or even Joker. However, while both these movies were pretty well received and are some of the highest grossing R-rated movies ever made, I feel like they really cemented this idea that all Deadpool is a foul-mouthed assassin who continuously makes dumb jokes and references things like Fortnite, I don't know. And sure, that is admittedly a large part of Deadpool's character, but if you pick up any comic, you'll quickly realise that behind the dumb jokes, he is a man in desperate need of some antidepressants. Debuting initially in 1991 as
So Fire Lego says, I haven't watched this video myself. I am watching it live right now with you. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's fun.
a copy of the DC character Deathstroke, Deadpool, aka Wade Wilson, is a mercenary for hire who is created by Fabian Nicieza and Rob Liefeld. You know, the guy responsible for this masterpiece. Now, the character's backstory is all over the place, mainly because Deadpool's brain is fried, but the bullet points are he got the Walter White disease, joined the Weapon X program to try and cure himself, was experimented on, was horribly disfigured as a result of said experiments, became slightly insane, but also developed a healing factor that cured his cancer. From here, the characters went through a plethora of different comic book runs, going from a one-off villain to a fan-favourite anti-hero, doing such notable things like being cursed to look like Tom Cruise, falling in love with death, like the actual entity of death. He's not only killed the entire Marvel universe, but also every fictional character in existence. He's been a Night of the Living Dead, and most importantly, he cooked pancakes. 372,000 to be exact. However, besides all that dumb shit, one thing about the character, which has always been pretty consistent, is that behind the jokes, he is a deeply miserable person, constantly dealing with feelings of self-loathing, loneliness, and suicidal tendencies, which he can't even act upon because, you know, healing factor. Deadpool has always been seen as a kind of sad clown, using his humour as a way to cope with all the horrific stuff that's happened to him, rather than speaking to a therapist. The man is the very definition of mental
My
illness,
man
craving some form of acceptance from
doesn't
all
go
the
to a
several
therapist.
Sure, depending on which comic you're reading, Wade can often become a bit of a meme, but he's always had this tragic side to him. Well, until this game happens. Published by Activision and developed by High Moon Studios, who had previously worked on a few Transformers
This game
games,
came out in what?
Deadpool game was
2013, was it? Did this game come out in 2013? Pretty sure it did.
announced way back in 2012 during San Diego Comic-Con when a
Yeah.
man dressed as Deadpool stormed the stage and politely took over High Moon's panel.
Is this in your face? Is this in your face? Is this bothering you? Deal with it!
Really?
A hologram! This is not Kanye West in here. Do you speak English? Yo soy el jefe! Shout out to Tupac. One love, homie.
Deadpool then pointed everyone's attention towards the big screen with the announcement trailer for its very first game played, showcasing the game's violent combat and particular sense of humor.
We love videos with boobies.
The trailer also had Wade being voiced by none other than the funny Uncharted man, Nolan North.
Hey, I'm Nathan Drake.
I only watched PewDiePie play this game, and I thought it wasn't bad or anything, right? So, it's interesting that you guys said that it was kind of like a bad game.
He voiced Deadpool in a bunch of other games, including Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, and honestly, he's a perfect fit.
The doctor makes mistakes. Stabby time.
Anyway, after this initial reveal trailer, the game's marketing campaign quickly begun, which consisted
Look at
of
this map. Hold on. Take a look at this map. It is insane. There's nothing on this map right here. Except some locations. I guess we can go here. Ava in peril. Does it redo the whole thing for us? Can we save her again? Okay, let's do that. But then look at this place. It's all empty. And we have to get back to the whole location here. That's crazy. Let's see if we can get another go at the whole Ava situation.
Taking over High Moon Studios and apparently vandalizing Amazing Spider-Man billboards. A lot of the marketing was actually done from Deadpool's point of view, with him writing an article on Marvel's website claiming he hired High Moon to make his game, and writing his own game fact sheet, again with that signature style of comedy, which hasn't dated this at all. That's probably the thing I noticed most while looking through promotional stuff for this game. The comedy is very of the time, as a lot of it relies on Deadpool just referencing things like fucking dubstep, or humour that falls under the LOL, XD, so random category. Although, despite the specific brand of 2012 comedy, the game looked completely mental, with an endless amount of explosions, and Deadpool fans were probably just happy to be getting this version of the character, instead of whatever the fuck this was.
I don't like Ryan Reynolds at all.
Perhaps the biggest thing High Moon did during the marketing, though, was announce a sweepstakes contest that would run during the Spike Video Game Awards, where the winner would be flown out to High Moon Studios and have their very own character put into the video game. Apparently, the winner of the contest was a guy from Atlanta called Bill Salina, and his character was supposed to be a pizza delivery guy you'd see at the start of the game.
I've had over 40 pizzas in the last 30 days.
However, his character ended up being an enemy called Stormthrower, who will list off various pizzas as he attacks you. Oh, and one more thing to note, the budget for this game was reportedly around $100 million.
Crazy.
Somehow, Activision put more money into this game than Fox did with the 2016 movie. Clearly, Activision shoveled a huge amount of money into this game.
What?
So naturally, when
The
it
fire
launched
went
in
out.
2013, everyone was
Hilarious.
excited to play it just to see how utterly insane this $100 million game could possibly be.
Did we just kill this
But
guy?
first, this video was sponsored by Gentle Bands. Hey you, yeah you watching this video right now. Look at your hands.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, man. I thought you died.
Rings and no
Just wanted to
style.
make sure you're
Don't worry
okay.
though, my man, because Gentle Bands has got you covered. See, for years, men's rings have been basic, plain, and overall
Okay, let's skip this thing.
uninspired. So Gentle Bands have made it their mission to forge rings out of only the most unique materials they can find. I mean, honestly, if you collected all these rings, you could probably create an infinity gauntlet. Plus, if you'd rather keep your fingers free, you can
Still
also
going
have
at
a
it, huh?
chain to accompany your ring.
There we go.
Deadpool's dimly lit apartment, filled with an ungodly amount of trash, various weapons, and looking like it's about to collapse at any second. Here we find Wade watching TV while going through his answering machine.
How did it
To a message left by
how
the
did it
president
take
of
them $100 to make this
saying that
game?
they looked over Deadpool's video game proposal, but due to it not making any fucking sense, they decided to politely decline. So of course, Deadpool does the logical thing and bombs the place. Peter then calls Deadpool back from his presumably destroyed office and says on second thought they're giving his game the green light and a copy of the script will be sent to his apartment. In the meantime, while you wait for the script to arrive, we can walk around Wade's beautiful apartment, doing a few different things like inflating a sex doll, using the computer, or calling Nolan North.
Nolan, hey, what's up, buddy? We're making a game about me. Is that it? Is that my deal? Die now, or help you, and die later. That's a tough call, but you know what? I'll take die now. Yeah, well, fuck you, Nolan.
Eventually, though, the script does get delivered.
He's a pretty good Deadpool, I gotta say.
Instantly rewrites the entire thing, making the rest of the game an absolute fever dream. Seriously, the only bit of coherent plot we get is that Deadpool is contracted to kill a media mogul known as Chance White. Who is that? I don't fucking know. Here's Deadpool in a bouncy castle. Although in fairness, Deadpool himself legitimately has no clue what's going on because he hasn't read the script, acting like your average Modern Warfare fan and just wanting to shoot stuff. The gameplay in itself feels very much like your average third-person action game from the early 2010s, with the only difference being that you're playing as this fucking maniac and have some lovely weapons at your disposal. Sure, the combat isn't anything new, but it certainly isn't bad either. Like, High Moon has clearly taken the mature rating and used it to create a satisfyingly brutal combat system, albeit a fairly button-mashy one. See, while Deadpool is very well versed in the art of punching dudes, he also has a very nice selection of weapons you can choose from, as you can mix and match what kind of firearms you want and pair them with 3 different melee weapons. Personally though, I never leave home without my Deadpool branded hammers. On top of that, there's also a few throwable items you can equip, most of which being explosives, apart from the fucking bear traps you can set. They did come in pretty handy though, and will be going in S tier. Obviously, all these weapons can be upgraded too in order to unlock some special attacks, do more damage, earn more money, or more importantly, carry more ammo. Seriously, I'm not kidding, this game throws like an entire army at you every 5 minutes, so you're really gonna need all the ammunition you can get. And a new costume by the looks of things. What a beautiful face you have, sir. However, if you're somehow wanting to take the more subtle approach, there is stealth here too, I guess. Now, of course, the game isn't without its faults. Like anytime you're forced into combat while in an enclosed space, the cameraman will suffer an aneurysm. And despite the game only being like 7 hours long at a push, the combat can feel pretty repetitive at times. Although, I suppose this isn't helped by the huge lack of enemy variety. I mean, you're either shooting these soldiers, weird X-Men clones, or is that Dark Souls boss? To be fair though, High Moon kinda makes up for this with some insanely creative segments, utilising Deadpool's less than serious approach to the whole superhero thing, as you can quickly go from playing an 8-bit arcade game to
Black
continuously
Lego says
slapping
not 100 million.
Honestly, I can't deny that this game has such a strange charm to it.
But didn't he say 100 million?
Where Deadpool would just abuse the game's budget, having way too many explosions, causing the game in itself to kind of break because High Moon have run out of money. Actually, while I'm on the topic, the humour here is obviously a large part of this game. I mean, it was all over the marketing, just look no further than the Comic-Con panel.
Just kidding, JK, LOLs, LOLs.
And the best way I can sum it up is by saying it honestly feels like a microcosm of 2012 internet humour, which, as you probably guessed, doesn't really hit the same 12 years later.
You like tacos, Wade?
What the hell is even that?
Don't get me wrong, the game does have legitimately funny moments.
It does not age, honestly. I don't know what he's talking about. It's still pretty funny.
Nice dick.
It's honestly the type of comedy that works nowadays.
Although, I will say my sense of humour has been completely ruined to the point where I unironically laugh at pictures with the impact font. Anyway, overall, the humour here is very hit or miss, ranging from genuinely funny and clever to on par with a meme you see your Uncle Barry share on Facebook. To add to this, Wade is also constantly breaking the fourth wall and making dumb references.
Now let's roll out.
Wrong franchise, buddy.
Which I will admit is funny to begin with and very accurate to the character, but after being subjected to it for a few hours, I don't think I was having fun anymore. Other than the dumb jokes, we get a few cameos from different X-Men characters like Rogue and the aforementioned Canadian man. Most notably though, Cable makes an appearance.
When this is over, I'm gonna fuck you to death with your own broken feet.
Now, Cable's a pretty big X-Men related character in his own right, but for the sake of this video, all you need to know is that he's from the future, friends with Deadpool, and is here to tell you the plot. Unsurprisingly though, during all this long and boring exposition, Wade gets slightly distracted.
You said yes, but it feels like it made less than 100 million. Oh, I'm not talking about how much money it made. I'm talking about how much money it cost to make, which is 100 million. That's what he said, I think, right? That's how much money it cost to make. By the way, did you guys see that location? That's where we came from. Right there, right behind us.
Clearly, the game doesn't
the
take
heck?
itself seriously at all. I mean, Deadpool doesn't pay attention to anything that doesn't have jiggle physics, and this results in the story just becoming a series of psychotic events with very little storyline to actually piece anything together. From what I can tell, the game revolves around Deadpool stopping B-list X-Men villain Mr. Sinister, who's apparently trying to harness the powers of dead mutants. So of course, this leads to Deadpool releasing the soul
Dude,
of
move
dead
your
mutants
ass. There you
and
go.
serenading Lady Death. Did I mention you also have to wait in line? Now, of course, High Moon isn't exactly going for an award-winning screenplay, and it's abundantly clear they want to primarily focus on Deadpool's chaotic sense of humour. But in prioritising that so heavily, they've really neglected the plot. This is kinda surprising, considering the game was written by Daniel Way, who previously wrote the Deadpool comic from 2008 to 2012, and his run on the character is highly credited with making Deadpool so popular in the first place. Although, I should note, Deadpool fans have this man on trial for turning Wade into a bit of a meme. See, Daniel Way's run is rather polarizing with Deadpool fans.
What do you think of the Daniel Wade run, guys? What do you guys think? Did you ever read it? I haven't.
Inside, with Deadpool's spike in popularity, the run also stripped away a lot of his darker characteristics and overall made him an even more unserious character. Now, I'll be honest, when I read Daniel Way's run, I didn't think it was awful and actually quite enjoyed a few of the storylines. But then I made a horrible mistake and looked up the fan reaction to this run on Reddit, and holy shit, it wasn't pretty. Deadpool fans hated this book, as many felt like the humour was way too obnoxious and over the top, even by Deadpool standards, missing any kind of emotional complexity the character may have had, and instead focused on making him a goofy dude.
I'm sorry. I'm just in a silly, goofy mood.
So when it comes to this game, clearly Way wanted to take the same approach with an even bigger emphasis on the comedy. And while I suppose that might have worked for him in the comics, I don't really think it worked here.
You know what Daddy likes.
I mean, come on, the game even ends with Deadpool just punching Mr. Sinister in the dick. And then a giant shoe falls on it.
So Far Cry Lego says, the run is a mess. His run beforehand was good. Okay.
Evidently, the story wasn't a main concern here, and while I can appreciate the sheer insanity, I think having, you know, an actual plot might have benefited the game in the long run. Although, speaking of the ending, if you're a good boy and sit through all the credits, you'll be gifted with this masterpiece. I'm gonna hang that above my bed. Now, after finishing the game and enduring 7 hours of dick jokes, you'd think I'd come away absolutely hating this thing. But surprisingly, despite all its faults, I actually oddly enjoyed it. I may need to get my head checked. Genuinely, I can't explain it. I've rewritten this part of the video multiple times, but I still can't figure out why I have such an odd appreciation for this weird game. Like, it isn't winning any awards, but it doesn't need to. Deadpool is a fun game that not only embraces the character's insanity, it locks the fuck in and dives headfirst into it. Unfortunately though, while I kinda like this game, I don't think anyone else really did. Critically, Deadpool got a fairly mixed reaction, mostly getting around 6 out of 10s, currently sitting at 62% on Metacritic, with such glowing reviews like this one from the Stan Man. I think Stan's had a stroke. From what I can tell, most critics appreciated the
What was the review? Hold on.
Deadpool offered, but other than that, it was mostly.
Can we get the...
like this one from the Stan Man.
Okay.
Stan's had a stroke. From what I can tell, most critics appreciated the unique experience.
Those were the launch codes. Quick, get him.
Offered, but other than that, it was mostly a forgettable game with repetitive combat, which struggled to run on even the healthiest of Xbox 360s. Unfortunately, the middling reviews wasn't the biggest issue for this game, because despite a fairly strong marketing campaign and Deadpool's popularity being at an all-time high, nobody fucking bought it. Seriously, the game sold horrendously. But some articles even suggested
Oh
it
no.
sold less than 100,000 copies.
That's hilarious.
Which obviously isn't good, but then you remember the $100 million budget, and it becomes much, much worse. Activision were furious. They'd invested so much money into this thing, based on the calculation it would make them a fuck-ton in return, only for the game to get hit with mid-reviews and hardly sell. Basically, they fucked it, and High Moon was sadly at the brunt of Activision's wrath.
What? He's still alive? What is this game? My consequences were not written down. My choice was not consequenced. What is this? Here we go. What is he doing here? I thought I killed you, loser. Whatever, we get a second chance at this mission. That's all I'm glad to see. Here you go, Hosuke. We killed him and it didn't count, so allow me to pay this time. Hopefully he won't get offended.
Take the damn money, you bastard.
She's all yours, okay? Enjoy her.
Oh, I'll enjoy her.
Thank you.
Will you miss me, mi amor? What are you going to do now?
I will go to Las Hermanas. The sisters there will help me.
What? I did not let you, slave. Get back here. Where is she? You're not going anywhere. Visit the Covenant in Las Hermanas? Okay. Where is that place? Here, there it is. There's a train. Alright.
Being met with major layoffs and the surviving few probably being forced to pump out the next 200 Call of Duty games. Naturally, this also meant any potential sequel to this game was never going to happen, and any ideas of such were instantly scrapped. But hey, at the very least, we can always go back and play this one. Right? Not even 6 months after Deadpool hit the shelves, on the 1st of January 2014, Activision's license to Marvel games expired, meaning Deadpool and pretty much every other Marvel game published by Activision up to that point this game just refused to die. In 2015, Deadpool magically introduced the remastered version being released on PS4 2016 movie was coming out soon. Anyway, after this sudden reappearance, Deadpool was quietly delisted again in 2017, and this time, he stayed dead. Although you can still play the game if you're able to find a physical copy, and willing to spend half your life savings on it. As you can
Not
probably
worth
tell,
it.
Deadpool wasn't everyone's cup of tea. Like, your enjoyment level will vary drastically depending on how much you like boob jokes. But in saying that, I have to give credit where it's due, as for all its faults, Deadpool is an unapologetically dumb game that commits fully to the ADHD-riddled insanity present inside Wade Wilson's rotted brain. Is there more to Deadpool than this? Yeah. Does the game make any sense? Fuck no. Does it revel in its own stupidity? Absolutely. And honestly, sometimes all you need in life is to unplug your brain and enjoy a dumb game.
I'm not the only one with a little bit of shit in their pants right now, am I?
Guys, remember what it said about what we're supposed to do in this location? That was the video. Pretty cool. And I guess we gotta do one more thing since we're playing a Western. I gotta talk to you about the Horizon movie, so let me know if you've seen it. Horizon and American Saga. I kinda want to give you like a quick review. And it's going to be a non-spoiler review, of course. Just like a little preview for everyone, so... This was the movie, of course. And yeah, I don't remember what the objective was. But I remember it said something on the screen that I should go here, and I don't see anything. Whatever, I guess we'll just run around. So yeah, the movie, Horizon. What did I think of it? I was thinking of turning it into a segment actually today. Of course, no spoilers. Don't expect any spoilers. So let me know if you've seen. Lego has not seen it. Okay, good. So yeah, I will not give away any spoilers. But I thought I would turn it into a segment. I saw an IGN review that said many things about the movie, and I wanted to kind of watch that review, destroy its arguments. But after a while, I realized that. The review contained a lot of spoilers that I did not want to include in the video, and even if I got to the moments, like let's say if I got halfway into the review, even then it had spoilers, right? So I ultimately decided against doing that, and I figured, okay, in that case, let's just quickly do like a quick review on Horizon and maybe bring up some of the things that were hurled against it. So I actually thought that the movie was just okay. So it's called Horizon, an American Saga, but it was chapter 1. And so the movie really plays out like 4 episodes of a TV show of a season 1. And when you're watching it, it's almost like you're binge watching a TV show, which I guess it's not like a negative thing to say. It's just very unusual. And it is very different from what you see usually in the movies. Like, when you go to see Dune Part 1, even though it's got that stupid Part 1 in the title, or Part 2, you're still watching a self-contained movie. But when I tell you that this movie is really kind of like a TV show and you're watching episodes kind of connected together, that's literally it. And it's really the case. So there's something here. And so that's what you're kind of dealing with here with this movie here, is that it really is unusual. And I think a lot of critics have criticized it for being different things, but I will tell you that I think a lot of them are not being kind to it in terms of they don't realize that you're supposed to not view it as just any other film. And it's kind of insane that a lot of people just don't understand that. But whatever, I do. But I still thought that the movie was just okay. because I have, as some of you know, I have watched a lot of classic westerns, right? And so I have like a good reference point of what was once before and what we have now. And I was really surprised, kind of disappointed, honestly, to find out that this movie is kind of, it was sold as this return to classic westerns, but it really has a lot of modern touches, which is, it's got a lot of weak men, although I guess, there's also like strong men, but I thought that the amount of weaker men on the screen was very much noticeable. They took up a lot of the screen in terms of what they were doing, and their women, their wives, were very unruly. They seemed like they were the ones with the pants on, and I think that's what really stuck out to me. And I would go as far and say as they were kind of even girl bossy. Now, nowhere near as bad as, like, not even as bad as Super Mario Brothers, where you have Princess Peach, who is turned into like an outright girl boss. So it's a bit under that, right? But it's still there, and you kind of notice that sort of stuff. There's also a lot of like the conflict between the natives and the white Americans, also very different than what you would usually expect it to be, because at first it seems like it's just like every other Western, which honestly, people who complain about classic Westerns don't know what they're talking about, because the Indians and the, like, the indigenous, they're the ones who are, sure, they're like the antagonists in those films, but a lot of times they're just kind of like villains, or not even villains, they're just in the background. They're no different than a soldier, a warring side in a war movie, right? You're not necessarily demonizing your enemy during a war in a movie. They're just an enemy that you have to fight. And that was always the approach that Westerns took with the Indians, the Indian tribes. And so a lot of people just try to hate on those movies for those reasons, without understanding really what the actual dynamic is like. And so but this movie, almost tries to overcompensate for that, which is odd, right? Because you have something that was not ever a problem, but I guess you're going to lean into it and you're going to kind of pretend that it was a problem. Okay. There's something here. Dead animal. And dang, I need a spaghetti or ramen Western then. Yeah, I was kind of like really surprised by how modern it was in its touches, and it even goes on, like, at first you're like, okay, it's like a classic Western, but no, later it turns out that they're actually showing you scenes of actual Indians having a conversation. You're like, why am I watching this? And it felt very by the numbers, like it was like almost like a checklist, Steven, I'm telling you. Like a checklist of, okay, we got to include these guys here just to show that they're also fleshed out human beings. And I'm just like, seriously, we're doing this in this movie? Like, come on, and the movie is 3 hours long. And of course, I understand it's taking on more of like this TV series approach of storytelling, which is, I was interested by that while watching the movie once I realized that. But, you could have cut that part out. I thought that you could have easily gotten rid of these moments that were kind of slowing the movie down. Because sometimes TV shows have a tendency to have very slow pacing. I would say that this movie had like a fairly good pacing, but it could have been way better. And I think it could have really gone without these moments. And now I'm starting to wonder maybe if the idea to do more of a TV show type spanning adventure, if, because Kevin Costner, the director and the leading actor in this, said that, he wanted to tell this epic story. And as you can see, chapter 2 comes out in August. Is it 16th or 18th? you know, and I'm interested in the film because I think there were enough interesting things about it that I figured, okay, I am interested in what's going to happen next. And there is a tease, like an actual trailer that they show you at the end of the film of chapter 2. And yes, I'm still interested, and I'll get to what parts, or I won't tell you the exact parts, but I was interested by a lot of the stuff that I did see. And I was intrigued by the setup that they were doing because this first film is mostly set up. It really is. But I was interested in the conflicts themselves that I figured, okay, well, I'm going to watch it. Because I do think it's interesting enough, and I hope it goes somewhere else with it. I think it's got potential still, despite what it kind of offers. It's just okay. That was my general takeaway. It's an okay film. And I think that it is going to perform much better on streaming, because I think the box office is really struggling right now. But streaming wise, I think it's really going to be perfect there, because it really fits that sort of formula. And I'm glad these movies are coming out in the theater. It's just right now they're kind of struggling to find, at least chapter 1 is struggling to find a place, because there's so many movies coming out right now. So I think in August chapter 2 will probably fare better. So yeah, what else is there that it kind of like threw me off? I would say, for sure, like there's a lot of black characters, for example, who are, I call them Disneyfied, where they're just kind of, here we go. Let's go do the stagecoach taxi, or here. Like there's black characters who just are cowboys, and they get treated like they're almost like white people, and I'm like, what? Not even a hint of racism or racial tensions? No, not at all. Now I was just confused, and it reminds you of like those Disney movies like Beauty and the Beast, where you have black characters running around pretending to be like any other member of the white society. Like you have in Beauty and the Beast, I still remember till this day just being totally taken back by the fact that you had black characters in France at whatever time the movie was happening, which I think was like the 15th century. I might be skewing the numbers, but I thought that was crazy. Nice. I love those glitches. And yeah, Steven. Yeah, Native Americans weren't necessarily demonized or praised. It varied based on the movie. Exactly. Steven continues. I remember Elvis was in a Western where we found out that he was half Native American. Yeah, and it really varied, you know. Like they were just a warring faction, that's it. Nothing more to it. And it was not offensive. And it also goes back to like the same thing that they did with Gone with the Wind, right? Because there was a maid in the film, a black actress, and it depicted the South, and it automatically got labeled as racist, and now there's trigger warnings. And that really speaks to the ignorance of people who just take offense to any sort of reference, even if it's, that's the crazy part, even if it's like liberal, for example, right? Just because it tackles those topics, it's already getting called racist, or whatever the ist wording is. Do I already have the materials for this guy? Let's see. Return to Charles when you have 20 feathers, 5 beaver furs, and 10 red sage. 20 feathers, 5 beaver furs. Where do I check my outfits, weapons, journal? I can't find it, honestly. Stats, there we go. Strangers, crimes, money, combat, collectibles. There we go. Red sage, we've only got 2. Feathers. Where's the feathers? Why isn't this alphabetically labeled? Red Sage 2. Hawk feathers 9. Owl feathers. So we have enough feathers. And then what else was the other thing? Beaver. Oh my gosh. Horse. What the heck? Is he okay or is he dead? That's insane. I think he might be dead. Anyway. Beaver first. Stats. Okay, beaver. Can we find it? Where is it? You don't have anything? Oh, I guess we gotta go to the dam, right? I think we got like a hint somewhere in there. That we have to go here somewhere. The beavers are over here. Alright, we'll do that next time then. Right, because there's beavers on this map here, right? I think it's right here, right? Anyway. So yeah, the movie had also like a lot of like just black characters being treated as if they did nothing. Like they were just accepted by everyone. You're like, okay, that's probably not it. And so you have a lot of unruly wives, weak men, some strong men, some cool characters, and you have a lot of different threads that you follow. I'm not gonna give away what they are. There's also an incredible, I would say incredible, sequence in the beginning that was, like I said, kind of reminiscent of classic westerns, and it had that scope. I'm not going to give away what it was, but I think there was even one person in the theater, which there weren't a lot of us, but the people who were there, I like heard that one person sniff because they were just so sad, snickering, or like, you know, just because they cried because of how emotional the scene was. And I think it could have been even more emotional if had it been pushed a bit later in the running time to really get us to know those characters. And I almost wish that that's what it would have done, is like get us, because the scene that I'm referencing, there's like a wholesome aspect to it, and then, you know, and then all of that gets almost like twisted, or like it disappears, that wholesomeness, and that's what really gets you. But really what the movie should have been is it should have focused more on the, like, it should have focused on those characters more, and then it should have gotten to that stuff like a bit later, right? Instead we have, okay, we got this very well executed scene, but then you get everything else, which everything after that point is just characters kind of like talking to one another, and interestingly enough, a lot of bickering. Like characters just kind of bicker to one another, and it's like you have variations of that, and it's samey in that sense, and it's a shame, but you know, that's why I'm saying the movie is okay. I was really hoping for it to be something incredible, and I hope maybe chapter 2 will do that. Kevin Costner also wants to do chapter 3 and 4. He's already shooting chapter 3. And we'll see. Maybe something will come out of this that's even better. But what else? I think maybe that's pretty much it. I don't know if you guys have any questions, but yeah, I'm still watching a bunch of westerns. I'm right now going to watch She Wore a Yellow Ribbon. That's the next one by John Ford. It is part of his Cavalry trilogy, the second one in the series, in the trilogy, the unofficial official trilogy of his. And yeah, so far I'm enjoying the westerns, and that's pretty much it. So I was hoping it would be more of that, but I guess not. But I'll still take it, you know. I'm still not complaining. Anyway, let's end the poll. And let's see what you guys said when I asked you, are you looking forwards to Deadpool and Wolverine? 50% of you said no. I'm glad. 33% of you said yes. And 16% of you said neutral. So that means one person probably voted neutral. 2 people voted for yes. And then the 4 of you voted probably for... Wait. It had to be 50%. So 3 of you voted for no. 2 of you voted for yes. And 1 of you voted for neutral. So that's interesting that we had 2 of you who were pretty excited about the film. So that's pretty interesting that you're still kind of like, you don't care about all the things I mentioned, which means you really don't care about the flaws that are going to plague this movie, which is fine. You know, if you want to ignore that stuff, that's fine. You know, that's your prerogative. And then the 50% of you, which were the 3 of you who voted no. You guys and you and I are probably on the same wavelengths, so kudos to you. And then there's the 1 person who is neutral. I think that's probably Far Cry Lego. I think he was probably like neutral because he wanted to see the movie, but I know that, you know, all those flaws also are clearly in the film, so again, I also understand that perspective. All right. And that is the end of this stream, so yeah, we only did like 1 mission for Red Dead Redemption, come to think of it, but hey. All right. No more waiting around. Thank you, Hoske. Thank you, Steven, Far Cry Lego, and Moodcap for hanging around. You guys rock. And see you next time. Take care. Bye.